We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dice Addicts Anonymous. I'm Carl Schubert. I will be your story master for the evening. And first, let's have some character introductions. So I'm just going to start with whoever's in my top left screen. Caleb, if you would introduce you and your character first.
Okay, my character's name is Hazor, son of Ugu. He is an orc, and he began life as a peasant in the mountains to the east, where his family survived off subsistence farming and hunting and gathering. And somewhere along the line, I started my own family and had a son and a wife, and we've started our own homestead further to the west, where danger was afoot. And not soon or soon after we found our place, my family was attacked, but I survived. But I fled the area to save face among the orcish people by pretending, I had died as well. And I fled here, and now I live as a sellsword, uh, trying to just survive, basically.
Awesome. All right. Next is Blaine.
Oh, sick. Okay. So my character's name is Saul. Um, just Saul. So he is a cleric. He's gonna try to be a cleric. Right now he's kind of a hermit. Um, Not much backstory because my character does not have memory of much of his past. He does not know whether he had a wife, a kid, anything like that. All he knows is um, what he had on him, which is this mysterious amulet, and just a general calling to do the right thing. Um, yeah. So currently, I'm searching for answers to the only one of the only clues that I've been given as to my past, and that's taken me to college.
All right. Kemper.
All right, my character's name is Kyo. She is a half elf. She was the result of an affair between the human wife of a well known and powerful nobleman and an elf tradesman that skipped town before she was born. Once the nobleman found out that the baby was his, he abandoned her in the woods outside the town. An old druid found her and took her to her home and raised her as her own daughter. Um, she taught her to respect and protect nature and some of the old druidic ways. And she passed away 6 months ago, and now Kyo is trying to roam the forest, take odd jobs, and find herself, so to speak.
Awesome. And lastly, Andrew.
My character's name is Seishin Kuma. He is a werebear. He kind of comes from this clan of this family of werebears, and they are all kind of crusader witcher type of occupations. Um, and Seishin is this young-ish bear who's kind of a late bloomer, uh, and so he's really trying to earn the approval and like the approval of his family, and just try to become stronger and stronger by going on this adventure looking for um a really good bounty to be able to write home to and kind of earn his way up in the ranks.
Awesome. For you viewers who don't know what my job is, I am basically here to play all of the non-player characters, and basically play the environment, create the story, and weave together their backstories with the world's lore. Um, together, we're going to make an awesome adventure, and I hope you guys stick around to listen more. Without further ado, let's begin. The scene opens in the city of Vitterbrid. It's a small-ish township of just over 1,000 people. It's built on the top of a hill with wooden palisades defending the urban center. In this town, there are various amenities such as a bardic college with somewhat limited resources, much of which have been forgotten, a couple taverns, some metalsmiths, and an adventuring guild, which has been sparsely populated and rarely maintained. In a particular tavern, there is an ale that has been a favorite of Saul, who has been spending his days and nights researching his amulet in the archives of the Bardic College, much to no avail. And so our story begins with Saul.
Ah. Damn. Oh, man. Whatever am I going to do about this amulet? This damned thing I carry around my neck.
As Saul...
I better just drink my problems away.
As Saul enters the tavern, he looks around, and the tavern is fairly empty. There's a couple patrons, no more than half a dozen. As Saul walks up to the bar, he sees an orc sitting next to him. He's a little startled. He's never seen an orc before. The large, somewhat greenish-brown skin and large stature of the fellow gives him a little alarm, but he's much too tired from reading to really care. The bartender asks you, Saul, the usual?
Yeah. Make it a double.
All right, I'll get it out of the back. And he walks away. Caleb, you see, or Hazor, you see Saul sit next to you and order a double of whatever the usual means. And sit down kind of sullenly and somewhat disappointed.
What did you just order there?
It's my usual.
And what would
Let's
that
not
be?
keep it. I don't need to talk to strangers like you.
Like me, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, I feel like maybe you need to do some sort of skincare routine. I don't know.
What, you never seen an orc before?
A what?
An orc.
A what?
All right, pal.
Sation, you kind of overhear this banter behind you. You're at a table nearby. As this argument kind of gets heated, the doors open, and another person, looking very similar to Hazor, walks in around Hazor and sits next to him. And he kind of waves to the barkeep and just kind of motions to have some water, and he passes him his drink. Saul, he comes around with a very large pint of your particularly favorite ale.
Yes. There we go. I like the apple in it. It's very cidery. Anyways.
The
that was my little bit of input right there.
The orcish stranger kind of sits down and looks at you, Hazor, and goes, Not many folk of our kind around here. Where are you from?
That's true. I have come here from the mountains to the northwest.
Hmm. On your own accord or forced?
I was forced. My ancestral lands were taken.
Hmm. Much the same. Much the same. If you care to keep your freedom for now, I wouldn't suggest you stay in this town for too much longer. Takes a sip of his drink.
I
Can I
keep
hear
that in
this, or
mind.
is he just like mumbling?
Oh
it
yes,
to-
you two, Saul and Sation, you definitely hear all of this right now.
Thanks for the advice, brother.
Hmm. He
What did you
says,
say? Sorry, what did you say Andrew's name was? Sation?
Sation.
Sation. Okay.
Yeah, he's the red-headed fellow sitting at the table behind you.
Ah.
Feel free to chime in, you two, to this conversation, because you definitely overhear it. They're not being particularly
Gotcha.
quiet about it, as orcs rarely whisper.
Gotcha. Can
Oi.
I talk to this other orc?
Absolutely.
I lean over to this other orc, be like, "Oh, I hear you. You have something in the works."
Not me. Others. Big problem. Come here to observe. Just to see. Think. Bring back message.
I see.
Is my job.
Interesting.
My master demands it. I do it.
Is this trouble?
Oi. What's this trouble I'm hearing about?
Trouble you don't want to be involved in.
I wouldn't be so sure.
If you're really so sure, then you'll have to meet me later. He finishes his drink. He says, if you want to really get involved in this, I have a favor to ask of you. But not while there are so many eyes and ears.
We're the only ones in this tavern. I don't know what you're talking about.
There are a couple patrons in the corner that are just kind of staring at you guys. It's not every day they have two orcs walk into their tavern. They're a little
And someone
alarmed.
with red hair.
And someone, well, they've seen red hair. It's a Celtic area, so.
That's true.
But, I mean, you're fairly a ragged academic type, which they don't see often, because it's not like they have a particularly impressive library or anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
they
my
probably...
ragged academia clothes. I got a tear in my sleeve right here.
At this moment, Kaio, you kind of thrust your way through the door with some hay bales, and the barkeep goes, "What have I told you about coming through the front way with all those hay bales?"
Listen, between you and me, a couple shreds of wheat on the ground is not going to turn this place into a pigsty. It already is. We have this conversation every time, and I'm not in the mood.
I'm not about to have all of my customers scared away because there's grass all over my wood floors.
You boys see all that grass on the floor? This place is a wreck.
Mad grass.
See what you've started.
Mad grass. I like it though. It adds character.
I've
was
seen
gonna
Reminds me of
say-
home.
Don't encourage this. Put
I
it
was
in the
gonna say,
storeroom.
Hopefully your patrons would know what ale is made of, but looking around this place, I would guess not. And then I go and I'm like a very little small elf, and I'm carrying like this huge thing, so I just kind of lug it into the back. It's just very awkward.
The
Well, at
orc
least I guys
goes.
have something to eat besides my meal.
The orc kind of goes. Spunk that one has. He goes. Name's Moorlander. Reaches over and shakes your hand, Blaine, and He kind of just nods to Hazor here. I mean, Sation, he shakes your hand too, as is customary with humans, but not really orcs. He goes, regardless, meet me outside city walls. In the hills, near the forest. I'll tell you more. Coyote, pay in mind, you overhear this now too, because he's not particularly quiet.
All right. Well, I'll do that.
I step out the back door quietly.
All right.
Dude,
He kind of...
I'm gonna finish up both of these pints.
Oh wait, no,
first.
I don't. I need to get my payment. I go up to the bar and I'm like...
He goes...
I leave a tip on the table and walk out.
Well, Moorlander walks out. He leaves a couple silver coins on the bar, and the barkeep looks at you and Kyle and goes, I told you not to come in the front. I'm taking a couple coins off the top.
You're insufferable. And then I take the thing and leave.
All right. Well, now it's just Blaine and Caleb.
I'm just gonna keep drinking. I asked the barkeep. I asked the barkeep. So what's the hay bales for? What are all? I didn't think you made your own ale.
What do you mean? Of course we do. Where else am I gonna get it from?
This is a trade
Barney
town.
Barney McNabb down the street. He makes terrible stuff.
I've had it. It's not that bad.
It tastes like urine.
Well,
It's because it is.
And he just kind of cleans the glasses. He's like, you should know, I make the good stuff right in the back. He's like, of course I have to get my own wheat.
The good stuff right now.
Of course it is. It's why you pay me a premium. Blaine has no memory of paying this man before.
Every single time I'm just like, what? How much is it again? I don't remember.
All right. So you finish up your drink. Yeah.
Drink. I got 2.
Yeah. Well, drinks, plural.
That's right.
And I assume you leave after that.
I just stumble out. Yeah.
Yeah. Hazor, what about you?
I'll probably have already left before he's done.
All right.
I like having intimate conversations with my bartender.
All right. When you guys leave and are starting to wander around the city, you guys kind of hear whispers. Something seems a little off. The air in the town is just dead. Like, you know that kind of edge of the storm feeling where everyone's a little on edge?
Yeah.
That's the feeling. It's just awkwardly tense in the streets. People just kind of look up and mostly when they see the orcs, they kind of duck their head and go away. People know something's up. About an hour or two later, near the center of town, it's not a very big town, so if any of you are near this city center, which I'm going to assume you all are, just for the sake of convenience, you guys hear, "They're coming! They're coming!" And then...
So I have a survival instinct.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, roll a d20.
13 plus 2.
You feel this ain't good. You notice that this is definitely a town guard, but not like a normal town guard. He definitely has like scouting clothes on.
Oh.
Kind of the rest of the town is on edge, and then the bell tower just ding, 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 ding. And people start bustling around, and they're like, "McMail's coming! They have about 2,000 men, and they have a curious fellow with them. The light that breathes fire." Pay in mind, none of you have ever heard of a man breathing fire or using any such magic before. This is terrifying.
And I've been around.
You have been around. Well, actually, you probably have heard of magical shenanigans like this, Hazor, but that's purely because of, your background.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
I think my instinct would be to, like, duck into a corner, but kind of, like, suss out what's going on,
Mhm.
like stealth.
Sure, if you want to try and hide, but I'm not going to take a check simply because no one's looking for you.
Okay, dope. Yep.
So I'm just...
in the rafters. She's, like, basically ducked into an alley, but it's kind of, like...
Mm-hmm.
Suss
You
it
guys...
out.
You guys basically hear, "Men to arms! Men to arms!" And the bell keeps ringing.
Well, as someone who has been to a college, I'm assuming I know somewhat of what the force that this town has. And how many people.
So this town has just over 1,000 people. They probably, with the surrounding clans that support it, they can probably field about 700 people. Maybe 800 on a good day.
I'm running back to where the orc is. Back to where Moorlander is.
Okay. So
I'm just full speed. I'm assuming that I have everything on me, just always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you snagged anything from the library that I should know about?
That's a good question. Not that I know of.
Okay. Would you like to have snagged something? Roll a d20 and I'll determine how nice of a book you snagged.
Absolutely. 18, baby.
Okay. Gotcha.
Nice book.
Give me something.
Mark Twain's short story collection.
I get To Kill a Mockingbird.
PDF.
Oh my gosh. Do I get To Kill a Mockingbird?
No. It's an unreadable cryptic text that was torn out of a scroll, and you're not sure what it means, but you had a very strong feeling it was important, but you can't read the language it's written in. But it had really, really fancy calligraphy on it, much far superior to the rest of the scrolls, so you feel it's important.
Okay.
All right.
I'll write that in.
Seishin runs with the crowd of men toward the danger because he's very interested in this man who breathes fire.
All right. So as you guys are kind of saying, people are putting on chainmail shirts and plating up, getting shields and spears, putting on their helmets kind of haphazardly. A couple of fathers are pulling their eldest sons out, regardless of whether they're really fighting age or not, and saying, "You are going to learn how to use a spear today."
Oh my god.
Does anybody have a local lore or history or reasonable suspicion that they would understand the magnitude of this event based off of their background?
Best I got is research with 1 point.
That definitely would not apply.
Yes.
I have spirit lore and religious lore.
Spirit lore and religious lore, not exactly, but you've been living in this area long enough, I'll allow a roll.
I guess I've been kind of putting around the whole general region. Maybe
I'll give you a roll. I'll give you a roll, but it's going to be harder for you to know things.
All right,
I actually realized I have magic affinity, planar lore, and occultism.
Nah, that wouldn't help.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
I have deception.
Huh? Thank you, Blaine. Very cool.
Use the story
I got a
master in a
17 natural.
Okay. Excellent. Caleb, what about you? Okay. Caleb, you got no clue what's going on.
All
You
right.
just know a battle's happening and stuff's about to go down. Kaio, the thing you know is the McMails are a clan to the north across the river from the city and the surrounding clans. You know they're bad news. They're particularly aggressive. And you've heard rumors that they've been making some minor marriage deals to get other smaller clans to get in on their political dealings. They've always tried to take your city. They sieged it probably 100 years ago, but they didn't take it. And ever since, it's been kind of like this bitterness. Like, your city's been very proud it's never been taken. They're very upset they never could take it. This has been a very long, brooding feud for like 300 years. Other than that, you got no clue who this fire-breathing fellow is. You're a little curious. You've never heard of anyone being able to breathe fire. I mean, you know that some people were able to, in the druidic stuff, they were able to kind of work with plants and animals and some minor influencing stuff, but nothing so direct as breathing fire. You guys estimate since the scout spotted them and came back, they're probably within half a day to a day's march from the city. So you have a little bit of time to prepare and meet Moorlander, but by sunset they should be on the other bank of the river and making camp. Speaking of which, it's about, mid-afternoon right now.
I like my decision.
Yeah.
What time was I drinking at?
Oh, noon.
Like,
early afternoon.
gotcha. Yeah.
You're an academic though, so that's like fine.
Yeah. I thrive in candlelight, so this sunlight just. Yeah.
Think about it like you probably just pulled an all-nighter trying to decode this cryptic scroll, and
as I have been for about a year.
Yeah, much to no avail, because you don't find any other scroll with the same language on it.
Literate, yeah, okay. I'm like the worst academic around.
Well, to be fair, we didn't put a ton of points into it, so...
yeah. It really does not fit my backstory, like, at all. I'm the dumbest.
Is Saul carrying this scroll in his hand where everyone can see it?
No.
No, he definitely has it put away somewhere.
Okay, well, all my cool academic abilities won't be used on it then. I won't help you figure it out.
I wouldn't take academic input from a bear anyways.
Hey, I'm a guy. I'm not a bear right now. I'm a human.
Why's your bear hat on?
Yeah.
You'll see
yo.
what happens when I become a bear. You'll see.
All right.
Oh, someone's waving to us in the background of Blaine's video. Hello.
Saul has a family that he doesn't remember anything about.
Anyway, to continue. So, Saul said he's dipping out of the town and trying to find Moorlander. Kaio kind of snuck around in the alleys, tried to pick up information. Kaio, I just explained everything, so that's all the information you picked up from. I mean, you have a house where you and your mom lived out in the woods, so...
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go to where everyone else is meeting up, but, like, hang back a little bit.
Yeah, just kind of follow them.
I don't want them to see. Yeah, I don't want them to see me.
Okay, that I will take a stealth roll for.
Oh lord. Okay.
If anyone else is cautious,
What's Caleb? What are you doing, Hazer?
I was thinking about grabbing a citizen and interrogating them, but I don't think that's worth it. I don't know if I'll get much out of them. I'll probably just go to where the other orc is.
Do you have? I have a question. Do you have tusks? Like, big teeth?
That's up to you.
Is it offensive for me to ask you that, or are they called tusks?
I mean, it's tradition, is to not really talk about the tusks.
How long are they? Do you compare tusk sizes in orc culture?
It's like well, sure, but I mean, subconsciously,
It's like you're at the dinner table. You're like, damn.
That dude got tusks on him.
Made it PG. Sorry about that.
It's taboo. We don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, I'd say I do have tusks. In my headcanon, the orcs do have tusks, but small tusks, not like,
Are they like from the bottom, like they curl up, or like?
Yeah, they're from the bottom jaw, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Okay.
For sure.
I like
Anyway, if anyone is cautious and a little skittish on their way, they're allowed to roll a perception check.
I mean,
15
I'm like
plus 1, 16.
Okay.
I'm like a wilderness guy, so I feel like I don't really know how that happened, but I do have a lot of religious point or like wilderness stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I would be. I mean, considering I've been making my way that way the whole time.
All right. I'll permit a roll.
Okay.
I'm not
2.
being cautious at all.
Oh, yeah.
I'm diving head first.
I'm
All
just gonna
right.
walk up to the
But
area
it turns
where
out
the
I
orcs are gonna
wasn't
meet.
cautious.
Well, what's your bonus? Do you have a perception bonus?
Stealth? Oh, perception? Where would
If I don't remember what category it would be under, but if you don't have a perception bonus, then a raw
it be under
2.
subterfuge?
Subterfuge? No, I don't think so. I thought perception was under wilderness, but if it's not,
Oh.
then
Really?
yeah, pretty sure it is.
Survival instinct.
Is it alertness? Is that what it is?
Oh, it might be alertness.
Uh,
Yeah. Thank you,
Nah.
Kemper. Okay, well, you don't see a thing. You don't suspect anything. You guys meet out in the hills near the woods. You guys kind of get in the general area and kind of spot each other and notice each other, except for Kemper, who is hiding in the trees, kind of watching you guys. Around dusk, you guys look across the river. It's not too far. And you guys see a fairly large camp has arisen and has been set up near sunset. Around sunset, Moorlander emerges from the forest and goes, "You can come out from the woods now," and looks at you, Kaio.
Station
I just
isn't
kind of
in
like
this
curse
group, is he?
silently, and I'm just like I climb down the tree, and I'm just like, all right.
And he kind of looks at you and goes, "Not bad. A little bit of heavy breathing gave it away, though."
Is
I was running
Station in
fast.
this
I don't
group?
know.
Is Station with this group or someone?
I mean, you mentioned you were making your way towards there. So,
Okay.
I would assume yes.
We didn't like group up and then go this way. I think it was like
Yeah, it was
We
just
all
like
kinda-
you guys kind of independently went and ended up in the roughly same area and just subconsciously kind of drifted towards each other. Like,
I saw you. I just didn't like sit over there next to you because it would just be awkward. We haven't even met or anything. So
Moorlander looks at you guys and goes, "See, trouble.
looks like it. So
2,000 men, maybe more. I think it's closer to 2,400.
Ah.
Many spears."
Not just 24 men. Okay. I thought maybe, we might have had a chance.
He says, "Many spears, many swords, lots of horses." He kind of points to this makeshift stables they've set up. And he goes, "But is not my concern. My concern is the big tent. Bad news. The one who breathes fire, they say. They call him a dragon."
Dragon person?
Hmm.
Dragon person.
Just a dragon.
Is this fey trickery? I
Hmm.
ask him.
I don't think so. Fae much more subtle. Not so direct. They like to trick.
Does spirit lore, or maybe even creature lore,
You could
Yeah,
try
do
on
the
creature
find-
lore.
Okay. All right. I have a +1 to that. 16 + 1, 17.
You remember that you've heard stories of dragons? They're large lizards that can fly. But
I see.
other than that, you know nothing of them. And you feel it's weird that a person is called a dragon.
Can I roll with
Yep.
magic affinity?
No. Magic affinity is purely for using your spells.
Okay. All right.
Well, I'm interested to see what the dragon does as well. Moorlander, you said that you were just observing.
He goes, that's why I picked this spot. Good watching spot.
Yeah, it really is. You know, I just don't think this is a smart idea to go against this enemy.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Not much of choice. McMail, not happy they lost. Last time, fought with Vitterbrid. Vitterbrid have no choice. If they surrender, will not be good. If they fight, will not be good. But at least, if they fight, they have chance.
Or we completely leave the town to them.
Have too much pride, they won't leave.
That's true. That's true.
Lived here for as long as anyone can remember. Several centuries. They won't give up their home now. I'm sure you can relate and kind of nods to Kaio. Or Kyo. He's going to call you Kaio.
I nod.
I can't.
You're not from around here. Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. You know, from what I understand, a couple of us aren't from around here. So I might even be comfortable just watching with you.
Very well then. Take a seat on a rock.
Moorlander and say, why do we have any place in these people's fight?
You might not. My master does. I do what he says.
Your master.
Does your master have a name?
Not one he cares to share.
Does your master have any coin for me?
Doubtful.
I want to roll for charm for you to tell us your master's name.
Go right ahead.
If he doesn't tell us his name, I'm just gonna give him an alias. Call him.
11 + 2, 13.
Not bad. Doesn't beat my 14.
Sag.
He just kind of looked. I rolled poorly.
Andrew, you like turn into a bear and like do like a roll.
No, that comes next. Give him a second.
Oh, okay.
He kind of looks at you and goes, I will not say.
Alright, I'm rolling for intimidation now.
You're gonna try and intimidate the orc?
12 + 1, bear mode.
Are you really turning into a bear right now?
How else would I intimidate you? I'm a bear.
Okay, well, you're going to have to... So since you're casting a spell, first of all, you're going to have to roll based off of your... You have to roll to see if you can shapeshift properly.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Pay in mind, none of you know he's a shapeshifter yet, so get your surprised faces ready.
Surprise Pikachu time. I rolled a 9. Which spell am I rolling for here?
Do you have a shapeshifting or like a bear form?
No.
What are your spells?
It's just an item that I use.
I see. Okay. Well, in that case,
the only spell I have is Ancestral Plea.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, you shapeshift properly. You don't. He kind of shivers and like fur starts growing out of his pores, and he twists into this bear form.
Roar.
man.
And Moorlander kind of stands up and goes, "Hmm. No matter how hard you intimidate me, you will not convince me." And he kind of points to it, gestures to a tattoo on his arm, and he goes, "I am bound not to tell."
Ah,
Very well then.
all for naught.
Shapeshifts back.
For
Bear in mind, none of you have ever heard of a shapeshifter, so you guys should definitely be spooked.
Yeah, that was-
I definitely.
She's drawn like a knife. She's like, hold on.
Hazor was
I just
definitely.
wanted to see what was up.
I've just like opened a journal and I'm like writing.
Man becomes
Everything.
bear really
Man
quickly.
becomes bear, becomes
before
man,
my
becomes-
eyes. Did I have too much ale?
This has
Question
never
mark?
happened to me before. What were in those hops? Question Kia later or Kaio? My bad.
Yeah.
Barkeep said was good stuff. Must question.
Must question. Maybe not good stuff. Question mark. Question mark.
He goes, "You should get some rest. Is getting late." And kind of looks as the sun sets. Pay in mind, this is in the fall-ish, so you guys are going to start getting shorter and shorter days soon, because you were pretty far north. He
Where's my
goes,
house from here?
southeast into the woods.
But how far though?
Probably 1.5 miles, 2 miles. You could probably make it there. Get back by morning if you wake up early.
Okay.
Do you
I
do
will say
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just like, peace out. I've seen enough for today.
Right, bye. We don't know her name at all yet, do we?
She hasn't mentioned her name to you.
She hasn't. We have not been formally introduced.
I have not spoken, I don't think.
No, you've stayed pretty quiet, except to the barkeep, which you harassed.
On brand.
I will. Even though I'm just sitting here watching, I really, really, really want to let the horses out of the pen and just make him go wild. Because, gosh, that sounds like fun.
You mean go
At the-
across the river and
At the camp with the
Yeah.
enemy?
Yeah, like sneak into the camp and just make him go through the, cause a ruckus.
Riddle me this, Blaine. Which one of our characters would be good at sneaking into a camp?
Probably the one that just left, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
well, he is
Uh,
drunk right now.
you
so
probably. That's true.
maybe they would like find him amusing. You know, he'd
He'd
be like
do
a
anything.
Or
guest
maybe they
here
just
for the.
scalp him when he walks in.
That is true.
We don't know who these people are.
Haven't met these guys yet.
Yeah.
Seishin lays down in the grass, looks up at the stars. I'm assuming it's a clear day,
It is.
clear night.
Very clear. You see lots of stars. You actually see a band of the galaxy going across the sky.
That's dope.
I'm going to roll with my astrology to see if I learn anything from this star formation.
Like fortune telling.
I'm a
Yeah, maybe.
Sagittarius.
17.
Well, you kind of look. The sunset was very red, and the moon was behind. The moon has a reddish hue to it, low in the horizon. Generally speaking, from that, it means that something bad is coming. Or at
I
least
can
that
see
is,
that. They're right across the river.
or at least that is what you have been told. Typically, it's associated with a massacre.
Seishin whispers to himself, "My ancestors warned me about something like this."
All right.
If that's fate, well, actually, I don't know. that you guys did that, or I don't know what any of that means. So
All right. So is anyone keeping watch, or are you guys just gonna go to sleep? Moorlander is staying up because he seems to be able to just not sleep for some reason.
I'm gonna sleep, but I say to Moorlander, "Hey man, if something seems up, wake me up."
He goes,
I feel like she tries to sleep, waits a few hours, decides she can't, and then like goes back, like not all the way, like far enough away, like where they can't see her, or like,
mm-hmm.
but enough to see the fires going on, and she just watches.
All right.
So
Early
he
in-
lays back and nods off while looking at the stars.
All right. Hazor, I assume you go to sleep too.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit against a tree until I fall asleep, pretty much.
All right.
I take the scroll out, smell it, kind of like a cigar, you know, and then I go to sleep. That's all.
All right. Early in the morning, you hear the chirping of birds, and Moorlander kind of kicks you all awake and goes, "It begins."
All right. Let's
What are you doing right now?
Keo, if you could roll for stealth, just to see.
I have good rolls today. I don't. This does not.
19?
18.
Oh, 18.
No, 18, 17 plus 1, 18.
Okay. That's good. Not as good as Moorlander's perception, but he goes.
This man's a beast.
He kind of looks up and goes, "That was better this time. Less hard breathing. I could smell you on the wind, though.
Thanks.
You should try and cloak it with mud. Better.
I will absolutely not do that. Thank you.
Your loss." Kind of sits down back on his stone. You guys kind of wake up and look around, and you've noticed that you're kind of in a circle of really low-sitting stones. Some of them seem to have been broken down and toppled over. Yeah, you've been sleeping here the entire night. You just didn't quite...
All right.
You didn't notice until it was light out. Yeah. Moorlander kind of looks down and goes, "Yes. This is the place." You guys kind of see the forces of both sides amassing on either side, getting into formations and such. There's a narrow bridge that goes over, and the town of Vitterbrid snuck in early and moved most of their forces to defend the bridge, hoping that they can use it as a choke point. There is a narrow part of the river a little bit farther down where it kind of gets shallow. But other than
enough for horses to cross?
Shallow enough for horses. I mean, it's a little treacherous. You can't really run very fast, but you can move across, you know. You guys kind of see the amassing. You guys notice that when the battlefield gets lined up, the heralds meet in the center. You can't hear what they're saying, but you kind of see that they do the standard banter back and forth. They ride quickly back to whoever's commanding them. And then afterwards, this hooded figure on a horse kind of slowly walks out to the bridge and steps down, pats the horse, and the horse rides back.
Oh, someone get the popcorn.
You guys then hear the drums start playing. Doom, doom. Doom, doom. And naturally, as all Celtic battles go, the bagpipes start playing, There are screams from both sides, and Vitterbrid forms a shield wall on the bridge.
Hang on, let me change from my smooth jazz music real fast. It seems to not fit anymore. Alright, go on.
All right. As soon as they form the shield wall, you kind of you see the hooded figure kind of look down at them and scoff a little. You can't hear it, but you can see it. And then he throws his cloak off to reveal a shorter tunic. He has a metal face mask that covers his entire face. It's ornately carved. You can't really tell what it is from a distance, but you can tell it's been etched. And he kind of gets into a stance and fire just erupts out and breaks down the shield formation, and Vitterbrid's scattered.
Ooh.
They try to get up, but they've been knocked down. Their shields are burning. It's not like normal fire. It gets on there and it splatters and kind of sticks. The bridge kind of burns and starts breaking down. And the man they call the dragon just walks through unopposed. A couple of them get close, but he just kind of he takes a short blade and stabs him as he goes and walks through. At this, the opposing clan charges through and the battle begins. As you guys are watching, it's just a slaughter. There's not really much they can do. With the dragon being taken at the front, most of the forces are taken up parrying him and counterattacking against him. And so the McMail clan just slips around the side and takes over. The slaughter takes place, and it probably lasts a couple of hours, no more.
Sheesh.
So which side of the river are we on?
You are on the south side watching, so you're on Vitterbrid's side of the river. Just kind of watching. Moorlander goes, expected outcome. Unfortunate, but not unexpected. He kind of stands up and looks to you. And he goes, I have a job for you. And
Them?
You.
Them? Me.
You are included. It is a general you. And he pulls out a scroll. He goes, I need you to deliver this to the Royal Court in Stirling. And hands it to you, Hazor.
Oh. The only trustworthy one.
He goes, I trust you can deliver this. He goes, be wary. My master has many spies.
Where did you say? Stirling City?
Yeah.
Okay.
He says, large city. To the west. Across the river. Not to the south of the lake. Take the road. Avoid the town. Sneak around through the countryside. You want to make it to the city upon the river. Newport. Upon Hammond. Stay there. Find shelter. Find a way to get through the toll bridge. If you can make it through there, you can make your way to Stirling. But be on guard. My master will be sending people to limit the outcry from this disaster. I did not want to see this. But my hands are tied.
I take the scroll from him and I say, was this your task, to watch this town burn?
I am here to ensure it happens, and to make sure it happened according to how he wanted it. I will say no more, for he might be watching my tongue even now.
Ew. Well, where are you planning on going after this, Moorlander?
I have to report back. Is why I'm...
City?
No. North. If I needed to go to Sterling City, I would not have sent you. I cannot go there. If I was caught delivering message of this magnitude, hell would be to pay.
Is this just a scroll of like, it's just saying what happened?
Well, you haven't read it, so you're not sure.
Is it sealed? I mean,
no, but it's tied.
Oh, okay. That's easily retied.
Yeah.
I mean,
He doesn't really have a seal of his own, so seals are really only used on important documents by, like, official government people, because those are the only people who can afford candle wax. So, Moorlander can't afford that. He's a servant.
And why should we help you, Moorlander?
Is not to help me. Is to help others. This is not the first, nor will it be the last. It will get worse. The time of the moons is coming. The time of darkness is near. I should say no more. And he kind of looks in the forest, and a crow kind of flies off. He goes, We are watched. He goes, We cannot be protected by this circle any longer. And he goes, Deliver the message. I will see you again. I know not when, but someday. And he starts to walk north.
Man. Well,
You get a load of that guy.
yeah, we kind of got
I
thrown
look
into
up at
something.
I look up at the crow and I'm like, I don't know what he was talking about. That's my boy William. He's my friend. I don't know what he's. Can I hear or see anyone?
Oh, you see lots of people in the valley below. I mean, they're taking hostages right now and moving into the city.
If our cover's blown, I don't know you guys, but I feel like, and I'm not really that great at battle, but we should probably leave.
I agree.
There are people alive down there.
They can't be saved. Did you see what that dragon did to them?
He's got like spit that is.
He spits napalm out of his mouth.
Yeah. That's sticky.
If my one point of research throughout my entire life taught me anything, it's that you don't fuck with, you don't mess with fire. Fire dangerous.
Fire bad.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's just get out of this heat, and get somewhere where we can talk a little bit more comfortably.
I agree.
All right. Well,
I mean, I guess we have no choice.
Yeah, I guess I'll tag along.
where would you guys like to go to meet?
Moorlander told us to go west. So we
Well,
should
that's
work
where
our
he
way
wants.
west.
Well, if you head directly west right now, you're going to walk right through town. So you really need to make a pretty wide arc to the south and then to the west.
Yeah, because the river is to our south, or we're on the south side.
You're on the south side of the river.
Okay, so we'll be fine. Let's just make our way south.
Pay in mind, you guys don't exactly have supplies for this big long journey. I mean, you have some food, but maybe for like a day.
Well,
Are
I
there
was
any-
thinking of more of like a quicker kind of meetup because I didn't really want to talk about town locations and where to meet up
Mhm.
right now because I don't have a map or
That is true.
at the moment I don't have a general idea of anything.
Kaio, you seem to remember your mom has a small regional map. It's really outdated and old, but it should do. That's
I mean, I
hanging
probably
up in
have it
your.
with me.
Actually not. It's framed. So
Oh, all right, fine.
yeah, it's up in your parlor.
What?
All right. I mean, I guess my place would be the safest, right? And it would have supplies.
Mm-hmm. It
And
would.
it's to the southeast, so we'd be have to go the opposite way, right?
Well, you're going. It's not that far to the southeast. It's in the woods, but like it's not terribly out of the way.
Okay.
You have
That's
to you have to head generally south to begin with, anyway.
I believe my place it is then.
All right.
Okay.
It's probably like late morning at this point after watching the battle and having this conversation. So you walk through the woods. Kaio knows this place at the back of her hand, so there's no need to do tracking or anything like that. She kind of peers through and gets to her house, and she kind of steps through and knocks on the door, and it opens up. You guys walk in, and it shuts behind you guys.
I'm also whipping out my journal and writing this thing down.
Magic house? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
I'm instantly disturbed by this.
As you should be, Master Orc. The inside of their house is fairly... what was that, Andrew?
I take cautious mental notes of what I'm seeing.
Gotcha. The inside of their house, they have a kitchen behind the fireplace, and then there's a parlor where you guys step into. And there's stairs leading up to a top room, which is where you, Kyo, sleep.
Is it a loft?
It is.
Yeah, it's a loft.
Ooh,
Um,
I love lofts. That's just peak design.
yeah.
I like.
Kyo, you also know that there is a trapdoor to a cellar, but they don't know that. So, Kyo...
Erase from my brain really fast.
Yeah.
Now I do. Thanks.
The framed map is above the fireplace. And there's various things, mushrooms and dried meat and other things in the kitchen. There's also a staff that your mom left behind in the corner.
Is her mom like alive or here?
Oh no.
No.
She's been dead for about 6 months.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I don't know you guys, but we got ourselves into something somehow. So, my name's Saul. If you need help, don't call me.
That was terrible.
Thank you.
You've made yourself
Thank you.
out to sound pretty useless at every corner of this campaign so far. So
Because effectively, I am useless at the moment.
sure, yeah, okay.
But yeah,
I am Hazor, and then that's all I say, pretty much.
nice to meet you, Hazor.
My name is Seishin, or in your language, Spirit.
Okay, Kyo.
Spirit? Kyo. So, Seishin, which one do you
Yes.
want me to call you? Spirit? Can I call you Spirit?
You can call me whatever you'd like. That's just my given name.
I'll call you Baby. I'm just joking.
Clearly the ale has not gotten out of his system.
It's been a day and a half.
Magic house hallucinations? Question mark, question mark.
I'm just in a goofy mood.
How did I get here? Question mark, question mark.
Why is every Friday like this? So let's take a look at that map first off.
All right. Kind of takes it down, pulls it off the back of the frame. It denotes the towns with squares, like for buildings, and like a circle around it for walls. You see Vitterbrid, and you see your house etched in and drawn, actually quite artistically compared to the surroundings. It's like your little spot is very detailed, and the rest is somewhat less detailed. The mountains to the east rise up starkly, almost like a wall in the drawing, and there's a lake, Loch Hammond, to the west of Vitterbrid. Vitterbrid's built on a hill, and to the south there are hills. It marks that Clan Kalanish is to the south, and there's a road that runs south of Vitterbrid out towards the town that you mentioned. The town Newport upon Hammond is just barely on the edge of the map. Like it cuts off halfway through the town and the river. And it has a road. The only problem is the road that goes there is just outside the city walls of Vitterbrid.
Is there any way we can kind of trace a point, find where it's like not as kind of like riddled with soldiers and like, intersect and go back on our merry way through the road? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Sorry, I have a message from somebody watching that apparently we are too loud.
Too loud?
Yeah, the players, they said players are too loud. I'm like, okay.
Oh, this is outside of anything we've been talking about. If your headphones are different what someone else used, so you know what I'm talking about? So whatever you think sounds right, your headphones might be tampering with what the actual output is.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That might not be something you can fix, unless you got new headphones or something. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's whatever.
My aux input, what's the desktop audio? Anyway, y'all got any fish in this house? Starving.
I kind of point to the kitchen, just like help yourself.
You're still a human.
Yeah, I'm in. My hunger's getting the best. I wear a bear pelt. I wear a bear pelt on my waist.
That's kind of messed up.
That is kind of messed up. I was thinking about that.
It's from my ancestors. We didn't hunt the bears.
Okay. So you're wearing.
So you're just carrying your ancestor.
Yeah, and if I cloak it around myself, I turn into a bear.
Oh, I see.
The pelt is the bear he turns into.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you're really naked.
Meat.
Well, sort of. He has a kilt on.
I have a kilt on.
He doesn't have a shirt on, though.
I don't have a shirt on in real life.
Gotcha.
He's cosplaying as himself.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a good bear getup. I mean,
it's solid. Yeah.
If that thing was in my house, I would say get out.
Thank you, Blaine. Very cool.
We were discussing. We had like a plan or something. We were working on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I
Station's
was
in the
wondering,
kitchen eating fish raw.
Station, just to let you know, this is probably all the supplies we have. Don't go.
Station
Yeah,
looks
please
through the
don't.
doorway with 5 different fish in his mouth.
I mean, we can only make it in like a day, so.
I feel like Station can like, you know how bears can like bulk up for hibernation. I feel like he can just do that, and then he won't need to eat anything for the rest of the journey for like a little bit.
That only works when they sleep, Blaine.
Yeah, you guys can go without me. I'll be napping.
Nap
Hibernate.
the entire
So he eats a
day,
bunch
yeah.
of fish and then like hops in a cart that we have to tow the rest of the campaign. Just like, okay, fine.
Waits up occasionally for XP.
Station just wakes up for the key moments. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. So to set up, you have the map, and you guys notice the road does go just barely south of the city.
So-
Maybe by, a couple hundred meters.
So if we were to follow the road,
Mm-hmm.
what's the next town that
Oh.
it hits?
Well, there's a very small village on the coast of just on the south coast of the lake that it runs through, but it's like
Is that-
tiny. It's maybe got like 100 people in it, tops.
Is that Newport upon Hammond? Is that what you're
No. Newport upon Hammond has a good 4,000 or 5,000 people living in it.
Okay, guys. Moorlander said to take the road, avoid the town, go to Newport upon Hammond, and then do the toll bridge and whatever.
I'm glad someone
I
was
think-
writing something down.
I think that's the town that we have to avoid, unless he was just talking in general to avoid Vitterbrid. But I mean, I feel like
I
I
feel
feel
like
like he's talking about Vitterbrid.
it's also probably for the best that we avoid both towns that we're speaking of currently.
that's a good idea.
If there are
Be
people
cautious.
watching for us, we should probably keep to ourselves as much as we can.
Yeah, but we need to stay on the road because that's going to be the way that we can get there the quickest.
Yes.
Mm.
It is pretty rough terrain if you don't take the road.
So if that's the case, can we round up like all the supplies in Keo's
Yeah.
house?
I can carry a lot, or I should be able to. Wait.
You have a fairly large carry capacity, Hazor. You can probably carry like just north of 100 pounds.
I can carry.
You
An
guys don't know
average
this about me,
amount.
but most of sorry, go on.
I can carry a pretty hefty amount myself.
Yeah.
Most
Jet-
of my carry capacity is taken up by a humongous metal chain that hangs around my neck. So, you know,
Yeah.
do with that information what you will.
I'll carry all the fish.
All right.
I don't trust him. Okay.
You guys probably have enough salted fish to last the 4 of you about 2 days. You have enough smoked meat to last the 4 of you if you ration it about 3 days. You also have some dried kale.
Someone else can carry that. I don't need
That's me. That's me.
About-
You told me.
About half a pound of mushrooms.
Oh, that's me.
And you have you have 2 bottles of elderberry wine in the cellar, Keo. Beyond that, there's not a whole ton. You have a couple potions that your mom left behind that you haven't used. There are 3 potions that she says that are labeled for emergency only. One of them labeled anti-venom, and one of them is labeled do not touch.
I take all of them, including the do not touch ones. I know what they do, right? Or like vaguely.
You're actually not sure what the do not touch one is. It's like this weird sparkly purple, silver sparkled, swirling thing in there.
Okay, I take it, but I like wrap a cloth around it and like make sure it's like separate from the rest of what I'm packing. I'm
Can
also
I
probably
smell
gonna
it with
have.
my bear nose?
You will not smell it, no. I'm also gonna take. I'm assuming we have some like lighter ranged weapons, maybe like a bow and arrow.
You have
or
a short bow, couple arrows. You
Okay,
probably
I'll
have
take those.
a dozen arrows.
Okay.
And you have like a dagger left in here. You, Kaio, have a backpack, but it's not like it's like a thatch like thing that with straps to wear.
Very light. Very light.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do well in the rain though, probably.
No,
Right?
definitely not. But that's why you get a tarp
Oh, I have a
and
tarp.
just
Great.
cover it. Well, you have vellum from like dried animal skins that you can put over it, but
Not nylon? Okay.
definitely not.
Yeah.
All right. Can I get some clarification on what herbalism is?
So basically, that's to understand like what plants do what things. So it's like, I know this mushroom has this effect, or I know that if I crush up these leaves and mix it with this syrup from this tree, it'll make said effect, or I can make medicine with this, sap or whatever.
So it's good
That
when combined with foraging.
Yes,
But
because
without-
foraging is how to find those things. Herbalism is what to do with them.
Gotcha. Okay. So I should be able to, if we were running low on food, find more food. Although it might not
Correct.
be able to last. It might not last very long because it's not meat based. So
Yeah, you'll probably go through it pretty quick. You'd have to do it. That's more like a daily thing.
yeah, stretch the meals, make them go a little further.
Yeah, definitely. All right. It probably takes you guys till the end of the day to kind of plan.
Sorry, I feel like I'm talking. So Moorlander said that Sterling City was a big city.
It is. It's a very large city, probably about 10, 12,000 people.
Okay, so 6 times the size of, or 12 times the size of Vitterbrid. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that there's a college there. So
There is.
that
I mean,
aligns with
not in the
purpose.
modern sense of a college, but yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a.
There is a place to study, yes.
Okay. Good. Because Vitterbrid really wasn't working out for me. I don't really think I think I'm fine with it burning to the ground, quite honestly.
Are you saying that in character?
Maybe.
Good answer.
Maybe. All right. Also,
Kyo
sorry,
maybe is upset.
Yeah, maybe. So just like one more like quick one with the potions. I have the anti-venom, the do not touch, and what other ones?
3 ones say for emergencies only. They're like a deep red syrup.
Nice. All right. So I'm gonna ask you guys: is there anything you guys can do to find food out naturally in the wild? Maybe you have a fishing skill or something like that.
I'm pretty fast in bear form. I could chase down some slower animals if need be.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna doubt a bear. I feel like a bear is pretty capable of finding food.
Like if we harbor up on the river at any point, I could probably catch some fish.
Oh yeah.
Without having to have a fishing skill.
You would be correct.
Okay. Yeah.
But to be completely clear, I have 0 wilderness skills.
That is true.
I think I have alertness, which is wilderness.
Yeah.
Carl, apparently you're too loud and we're too quiet.
Oh, I see. Oh, did someone let you know?
Yeah, I've been looking at the chat.
I see. Okay. Here.
They called you a bean.
Oh, that would be my family. Here. That should be better. I turned myself down in OBS.
Smart.
There we go.
Yep.
What's OBS? Station says.
He's got an epiphany from God right there.
I'm using my planar lore to understand that there's another universe beyond our own.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
Oh,
15.
Station pauses. Station pauses and considers whether there are other worlds. But he doesn't think further, because the bear does not know. He's barely aware.
Looks like I gotta go to that college so I can figure some more stuff out.
He might be a were bear, but he's not an aware bear.
Ooh. I want more of those.
I'll be farming those the whole campaign. All right, so what's the plan, gang? We taking the road?
I think that's the best course of action.
So here's a question.
In my backpack.
Here's a question, just from DM concern standpoint. How are you getting around the town without them spotting you?
South, then west.
We're
east.
going to avoid them to the point where they would not... Even if they did see us, they wouldn't be able to... I mean, like...
Well, they have horses.
This is a small town, right?
I mean, Vitterbrid, comparatively, it's actually a large town.
I thought you meant the small village. Never mind.
Oh, no. I meant Vitterbrid.
There's woods around. Like, we can go through the woods rather than...
Yes, but the woods cut out just south of Vitterbrid, so the road is on the open, plains at the top of a plateau, which Vitterbrid looks at.
My suggestion is we leave at night. We use the cover of the darkness.
I agree. Would we be able to... This is a question for the DM. Would we be able to make it onto the road and make enough progress in one night to...
I mean, you're probably about 4 miles from the road.
Oh,
depending... Sun's gonna set in a couple of hours. You can probably get to the edge of the forest nearby. Within an hour and a half. Wait till the sun goes down, and you can make considerable progress. You just probably aren't sleeping tonight.
Okay.
So, and just...
I can't think of another way to get past the town unless we do it at night.
Yeah. And then you have to hope you guys do well on some stealth rolls, because otherwise they're gonna send someone after you.
Station's got some plans if something like that comes up.
The guards of the clan that invaded are on high alert, because you don't just take a city and then sleep easy that night. You gotta be expecting that there's gonna be stuff going on. I mean, some of the guards are probably drunk right now, but most of them are probably still alert.
Okay. Well, then let's just prepare our sack of goods and make our way to the edge of the forest.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys get all your stuff together and you walk across. The woods are very quiet. There's not so many bird sounds as usual, Keo. You've noticed that even the owls aren't hunting right now. It's kind of still and muggy. There's a little bit of fog at the peripherals of the forest.
And we're all on high alert. I would just, obviously.
I have my staff in my hands, or my mom's staff.
Cool. Keo, just for reference right now, your staff, you haven't really used it at all. I mean, you inherited and really didn't touch it because grief and processing things for the last couple months. So, you kind of pick it up and you guys are like, walking through and looking around. You guys stop at the edge of the forest and wait until the sun sets. The fog moves in.
Satan has an idea. He has a light bulb moment.
Okay.
I can pull some smaller trees out of the ground for us to use as cover in the open.
I feel it would actually be a bigger target to see if a tree was
I was
moving.
not asking the story master.
I see. But, alright, you can try it.
What do my peers think?
If you do
So
that,
we're
I'm
gonna be
gonna...
moving trees?
Not
Like-
moving if they're looking at us.
So as soon as the guards look away, we like tiptoe, and then
How
we
are we
put
gonna know
the
if they're not
trees back
looking?
down.
They're gonna be like at a distance.
All right, maybe my idea wasn't very good.
That's a good way to get us.
Thank you for the
killed.
constructive criticism.
Sort of. I think it's finally time to figure out what Mom's potions do.
Station
If it comes to that.
does not think that's a good idea right now.
Crack them open. Let's see.
We're gonna deal with some experimental chemicals right now.
I
Right
have
before
the
we-
one. I have the one of the like red ones in my other hand, the for emergencies only.
Gotcha.
Just
Can I roll for charm against Kyo so I can sniff the weird potion with my bare nose?
do I have to roll? Like, is this like a contest?
Are you trying to charm her into letting you sniff the potions?
Yeah, because she wouldn't let me do it earlier.
I mean, you can try.
All right. My bare nose
Is this a
curious.
contest roll? Do I have to roll too?
Sure, but I'm gonna give you advantage on it, so just roll twice and take the better one.
Okay.
Forget I ever asked.
All right. Yeah.
Noted.
So we are we
We're at the edge of the forest.
Okay.
All right.
Is it night
So
already?
yeah, it's night and there's fog, heavy fog.
I think we can make it. Just
Yeah.
unhidden.
All right. Everyone roll a stealth check. Even if you don't
Are we
have
a
it.
reasonable enough distance away from the village so that we can make noise?
Yeah, I mean,
More than
somewhat.
archers on.
I mean,
And I
you
feel
can't
like-
be super loud, but like normal walking isn't going to give it away, especially with the fog kind of muffling things.
Cool. Stealth roll.
Even if we don't have stealth, roll for.
Yeah. If you don't have stealth, just
Oh! I'm
If you
glad
don't-
I rolled my 2 on my last roll.
if you're if you roll without the skill -4 from your total roll, and then
Okay,
give
so
me
16 for me.
very good,
You got a nat 20?
Yeah.
solid.
Glad I rolled that 2 a second ago.
I got a
got a-
17 plus 2.
RNG manip.
I got a 14.
Okay.
I'm a stealthy boy.
All right, Caleb, what did you get?
I got an 8 after everything.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Big,
I'm just happy it's only -4. I'm like a 6'6" orc.
big orc man.
All right, you don't have to flex on us.
That's short for an orc.
Hey,
I'm gonna
6'6".
re-roll that because my dice roll well. I'm just
All
gonna
of us caught.
I'm just gonna fudge a dice roll real quick. Yeah, the guards don't notice you.
Nice.
Except for Caleb, they kind of look out and go. You guys kind of hear that and go, "Oi, you there? Who's out there?"
It's like, I'm just thinking like normal Skyrim dialogue. As soon as you just agitate them a little bit, then you just keep walking. They just like turn around and walk.
Hazor, what do you do?
Oh man. I'm just gonna like crouch down a little bit.
Yes,
Could've-
this is
Keep
gonna work.
moving.
This is
You
going to work.
guys kind of hear a muffled. Could have sworn I saw something. Should we call?
Yes.
And they were like, "Should we send somebody out?" And they're like, I don't know. Send Derek out. He's like, that'll be hilarious. He drank way too much at the celebration. You guys kind of see like a little small door open up out of the main gate, and this guy walks out with a sword. Who goes there? And he kind of stumbles and falls into the fog, and you guys hear chuckling. You guys kind of sneak around.
I like Derek.
Nice.
Seems like the life of the party.
Can we go rescue him and recruit him?
We're taking Derek with us.
Well, he's literally immediately outside the front gate, so I would highly not recommend you do that.
Guys,
but if you choose,
+2 to
+2. Oh my gosh!
I know he's drunk. I have high lifting skill. I could carry him the whole way.
Yeah, but are the guards just gonna be completely unfazed by a bear walking over on two legs, picking their friend up and walking away?
They're all classic.
They were all
bears.
drinking a little bit, right? They might.
No, just do like the bears they test it, like bite his arm and just drag him, just like drag him away, and then
Yeah.
they'll be like, oh, there goes Derek. Oh well, that's what I think's gonna happen. Whatever, let's just move on. Carry on.
All right, you guys walk for the remainder of the night. You get a good 8 to 10 miles away from Vitterbrid. Dawn strikes, and you guys are exhausted on the road. It's a little chilly. Except for Sation. Sation seems completely unfazed despite not having a shirt.
Bear
Does
power.
Station have a 6-pack?
Yes.
Really? For a bear? I feel like bears would be like strong men.
All my bear family is like way bigger and stronger than me, but I'm still ripped.
You're just hot. You're just like super hot.
Yeah. Exactly. Except I have incredibly hairy armpits because I'm a bear.
Okay, that yeah.
So it kind of takes away from the attractiveness.
Okay.
And you smell
Anyway,
like fish.
and he
You smell
smells
so much
like fish.
all the time.
Well, it's because he's been eating fish like every day.
Don't check the bag I've been carrying with the fish in it.
I told you guys we should not have had him carry that.
It's smoked fish. It shouldn't be too bad.
They're salted, raw, salted fish.
Yeah. I mean, they're dry because they've been salted, but, you know. All right, you guys get to dawn, and the fog kind of dissipates, and the road's open. You guys are exhausted. Since you guys didn't sleep this night, it's -1 to all activities. So any roll you make until you sleep, you're at -1. The longer you stay up, I'm going to add minuses to that.
All right. Are we hungry? What?
I mean,
What's the
you're more
party plan?
tired
Are
than
we all
hungry.
Mm-hmm. Do we want to get off the road, find some shelter, and then, not shelter, but like, somewhere we wouldn't be disturbed by people passing by and.
Are we planning to move by night every night until we get to Newport?
I
That
think
seems
that's
logical.
seems like a pretty good idea.
Okay.
All right. Well, in that case, I would suggest everyone roll to try and find some shelter.
-1, right?
Mm-hmm.
15.
How does it 4?
I have a 5.
All right. Well, Hazor kind of walks around and goes, clump of trees.
Yeah, we're all just like, yep, that's great, let's go.
Yep, good.
You guys kind of huddle in. It's pretty cramped in here. It's a
any
very
better,
small
Hazor?
grove.
Anything better?
See any better cover, Hazor? No.
Not really. It's pretty rocky and exposed.
See any caves anywhere, Hazor?
Say,
No,
say
you haven't seen any caves, Hazor.
I've been eating a
Station.
lot of fish. I'm kind of tired.
Station, could you turn into a bear and we could sleep on you? Just
Is it
like-
still chilly out?
It's like
A little bit,
cozy.
yeah.
Sure.
He's like a pillow.
Sure, I could keep you guys warm.
Sick. I hope you don't die, cause
Yeah.
Because I'm comfortable.
you're comfortable.
Yeah.
I've never got this much love from my own family.
All right, you guys kind of hunker down for the night. Is anyone taking a watch, or you
Hey.
guys just pooped?
We're pooped.
We're all too
All right.
tired.
You guys all fall asleep,
Sleep
and
We're gonna wake up, our gears just stolen.
you guys
We have
wake
nothing
up.
left but fish.
You guys wake up to the sound of a couple horses riding pretty hard on the road nearby. They pass you without even noticing you there.
Okay.
It's late afternoon when you wake up. You just kind of look around and go,
I'd like to use this opportunity to go foraging because I feel like everyone's gonna be. If those horse hooves didn't wake everyone up, it was probably gonna be hunger that wakes
Mhm.
us up after that.
Oh yeah, I want to forage too.
all right,
I want
both of you roll.
to-
Okay, 1 second.
Is Kyo's potion on her person, or
Yes,
Is it
I'm
left at
having.
hand?
I'm keeping my stuff with me.
oh, okay,
Ooh.
okay.
I said
16. I got a 16 on foraging.
Okay.
Also-
Kyo, do you have a proficiency in foraging?
I do
Okay. What
I'd
adds
just like
on to your
to-
nat 20?
too.
Okay.
I
Yes,
just
Blaine?
like to always just have you keep this in mind whenever I'm foraging. In my trade skills, I also have, along with herbalism in my wilderness with the foraging, so I
Mhm.
know what to do with it. I also have brewing,
Mm-hmm.
so you know
Gotcha.
maybe we
I get
make
where
a
you're going.
brew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hazor, do you know how to make a fire?
Yeah.
I
Not
could
technically, but I
I
have
could
in the
tear
past.
down some small trees and we can make a little bit of a campfire if you want.
Yeah, I
For the
guess that'd be
others to bring the
fine.
food back to cook it on, you know.
That probably wouldn't give
It's
us
mainly.
away, right?
I think we're just gonna get like supplementary nuts and berries and
Oh.
such like
Yeah.
that can be
I could
paired
go
with.
hunt if you'd like.
Blaine
Hazor.
Paired with the
Blaine
fish that we
comes
have.
back with nuts and berries. Kyo hauls back a little bit. She finds nuts, berries, but she also finds a fairly large mushroom that she's very happy about.
Can I
Oh
roll
yeah, she's
to,
like she's a stat. She's a stat.
can I
she's
roll
like
to
hell.
smell this mushroom with my bare nose?
No.
I wasn't asking you.
I mean,
She's very protective.
you kind of smell it, and it smells very good. It's got a fragrance about it.
I'm gonna use my
Smells like
herbalism.
fish.
I rolled a 12 on herbalism. What can I?
You
do with this
know
mushroom?
it is edible,
Good to know.
but you don't know, like, what else about it. You just know it's edible.
Can I roll metaphysics on this mushroom?
Why would you need to roll metaphysics on this mushroom? It's not
Unusually
like
large.
it's not a
Maybe it's an
transcendent
interdimensional-
mushroom. You're not like
mind-bogglingly large
So-
mushroom.
So Station knows that this mushroom is from this universe?
very obviously, since it is
Okay.
in the material.
Alright, cool.
Good to know.
How like big is this mushroom in relation to me? Like I'm pretty small. Can I
I mean,
like,
it's probably twice the size of your head, if I'm honest.
Like one of those giant puffball mushrooms you can find?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so you cook stuff up, you eat. By the time you're done with all that, it's evening. Sun is setting. Time to get back on the road.
Yep.
As you guys are walking down, probably about... you're probably... If the map is correct, you think you're about 20 miles out from Newport. You're about 4 miles out from the city. The small town that you're trying to avoid. The small town, you guys walk and you kind of see it kind of perched on the lake. The road kind of curves to go through it, but if you keep going straight, there's some woods.
Mm-hmm. And then the road just kind of curves back in.
And the road curves back and you can go. The map itself says that the road goes straight through the forest, but it's an old map. When you get to there's like this fork in the road, but the one that goes to the left and through the woods just is gone, and there's 2 stone pillars that have been kind of toppled, and there's weeds overgrown.
Well, talking to the party here, I think this is probably still the safest option, even if it takes longer.
To go through the forest?
To go through the forest, yeah, rather than the town. Just because I'm trying to heed Moorlander's warning. Plus, both Keo and I are very versed in navigating forests.
Okay.
So
I'm not opposed.
I don't feel like there's an immediate danger present.
I guess that's fine, yeah.
All right. As you guys step through, it's very hard to get through the weeds. Yeah. It's very hard. You guys are... I mean, Blaine's on edge. He's like... Yeah. You guys are trudging through. You get into the forest, and the weeds kind of die down once you get under the trees. There's a little creek that goes through. You kind of walk through. Blaine, roll a d20 for me.
2.
Roll again.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. 2.
Goodness gracious. Please get yourself some better dice, sir. Like...
I mean, the first time it hit my pencil, and I was like, okay. Second time, it was a true 2.
All right. Well, Blaine, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
And say you're not completely oblivious. But you all kind of hear this faint, like...
Can I roll for occultism here?
Sure.
Is there some kind of... Maybe there's some kind of, black magic
I also
going
do
on?
that.
All right, go ahead.
17.
You don't think so, but you also can't tell just from 2 sounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 16, so...
So I heard that. Can I use, like, either tracking or survival instinct?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, it came from in front of you, so... As you guys are kind of sitting there, you guys see this faint glow. It's like this specter of a person walks across your path and often behind a tree and disappears.
Can I roll planar lore?
Yes, you may.
And can I roll spirit lore?
You can also do that.
Ooh. I rolled an 11.
18.
Planar lore, you don't think that this has too much to do with a plane. You think, I mean, if it's a ghost, depending on your beliefs, you might believe they live on a separate world.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, not much. What did you get, Blaine?
18.
18. You think this is a ghost. You're a little spooked. I mean, the rest of you are spooked, but you're like, it's a ghost.
So what does that entail? Do I know, like, what?
You don't, it's that... You have heard some ghosts can hurt people, others can't, others can just kind of scare you, others can...
Is it taboo to interact with them?
Not necessarily, but, like, No one
scary.
really likes to deal with dead things.
Sation suggests we try to follow it.
Guys, it's a ghost.
No, we
It's-
should follow it.
It's a
Ghosts
ghost.
are within my realm of expertise. I would like to find this ghost.
All right. Well, the first thing, let's just not split up. Let's just not.
We can stay
I don't-
together.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because
Well, first you're gonna have to find it again. So, everyone roll.
can we do like a?
Any trackers?
I have tracking.
Well,
but
there's
it's
not
doesn't
really a
work.
trail to
Oh,
follow.
yeah. It's
Would that
bit-
be
Can we
alertness then?
harmonize with it?
Yeah, alertness.
Okay.
Can we harmonize with it?
19.
Do I get a?
It's not a string quartet.
Well,
I-
mean, he put out like a moan. Can we like harmonize with that moan? and
Probably
then see
not.
if-
It's probably not even aware you're there.
Do I
12.
have to? Is it just natural, or do I subtract anything? Because I
I'm-
don't have alertness.
Well, since alertness is a triangle, you -3, and
Okay.
so
I don't have alertness,
10.
so I got 15.
all right. Keo, Hazor.
Got a 19.
All right.
12.
Okay. All of you pass, and you guys see the spectral thing now on another side of you. It kind of walks through Hazor, and he goes, "Ugh." And he goes, kind of shivers down your spine, and you're a little. It's like when you hit your funny bone,
Except
Um,
everywhere.
and it just walks through the forest.
Completely unaware that we're there at all.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even acknowledge your presence.
Okay. I want to use my ancestral plea to try to speak with, or to try to contact this specter here.
All right, roll a d20. What's your bonus on your ancestral plea?
It's 2.
I see. Okay. What's your total roll then?
18.
All right. Your ancestral plea is denied, but you can hear it now.
I can hear the spirit.
Yeah. It goes, You can hear it a little more clearly now. It's more like crying.
Okay.
I'm
Do you share this information with the party? Is the question.
Absolutely.
Okay. For those
So-
of you with spirit lore, I'll allow an additional roll.
woo
Have fun.
9. Wait, I gotta add my bonus.
Got a
10.
19.
All right. Kemper, you're the only one that that thinks this, but it looks like a woman, and 2, it's wailing. It seems to be unaware of your presence, and you're not entirely sure, but you think you heard your mother tell stories of women who lost their children and then consequently died soon after from the grief. And they get reincarnated as something that the people of your area like to refer to as a banshee.
How is
I
the spirit
tell all
wailing
of
in a
this.
forest?
Hmm?
Where is the whale that she's wailing?
Wailing is a cry.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, not legitimately like Moby Dick.
But it's
All
not
right.
like violent, right? Like I can't sense that it's like, okay, it doesn't even know that we're here.
Mm-mm.
So we know
Okay.
that it's a banshee.
From what you guys know about banshees, you guys think that the fact that it doesn't know you're there is probably a good thing.
But
I'd
I
if
suggest
there's
that we keep going on the trail
Yeah.
But I'm
quietly
worried
and
about-
stop trying to talk to this woman.
yes, I'm worried about if like any of the whales get louder, then like play like hot and cold with it. Don't go near
Gotcha.
wherever.
You guys
As
kind
you
of
play the
walk
noises.
through the trail, and you guys peer off. You see it kind of walking. It doesn't follow you. It keeps walking to a certain like pile of stones, roughly about 2.5 feet long by a foot wide, of like these small stones that have been piled up in like a pyramid, like shaped like a stack.
I would assume it's a grave, and we should avoid it.
I'm gonna go with
That's
that too.
pro shots.
Yeah.
You guys get through the woods probably 2 hours later, and you guys probably put 5 miles between you and the town by the time the sun starts rising.
It's awesome.
Yeah. For the sake of time, I'm going to speedrun through the night. You guys go to sleep, wake up, cook food. It's night again.
Nice. Can I forage before it in the
Yes, and
twilight?
I'm going to give you somewhat of the similar loot.
Oh, okay.
Do I get another giant mushroom?
No, just normal nuts and berries.
Yeah.
Berries and cream, berries and cream.
I'm getting kind of antsy because it's been almost 3 days now since I've had any alcohol.
Like,
Quite honestly.
kind of on edge.
I'm like, when are we gonna get to this town?
Starting to sober up.
Pace. Let's pick up the pace.
You guys are walking normally. Blaine's character is walking abnormally fast
Come on, guys.
towards
Let's
the
go.
town. He's
I'm like
encouraging you guys.
chomping through nuts and berries that I've foraged. Like these are all.
You're like, surely we can just go in for a pint. They won't notice us. Like,
Yeah, come on. We can. It's the village is right there. It's not like maybe it's just me. Just me.
So we're walking like towards the village, not towards
No,
Newport, but towards
you're walking
the
towards
village.
Newport.
oh,
Yeah,
we
we've already
You've passed the
already
village.
passed the village. Yeah.
You avoided it through the forest.
So you said earlier that this village that we just passed was 4 miles away earlier, and Newport was like 24 miles away.
20 miles away.
20 miles.
So
probably like 16.
Well, and you put 5 miles between you and the village last night, so you're really more like 9 miles away.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay, guys, if we hurry, we can make it by night or by sunrise, and then we can break.
Are we trying to make it there in one sitting?
That's up to you.
We can. I believe we can.
I
We
believe
might
we
as
can
well.
as well, and I think we should.
It.
Let's go.
I think you should ride on my back
I will.
in bear form.
All
We
three.
might be able to be faster than the 4 of us walking on foot.
I mean, you
How
guys
big
could
are you
also
in bear
run.
form? I have +1 running. We could run.
I have.
I have +2 running.
I don't have any pluses to my running, so I'll hop on your back.
All right.
I also have
I
a
can
+1.
carry you.
All right. So you guys pick up the pace. You guys get to where you can see the city off in the distance. Like, you get to the top of a hill and you see some flickering lights on the river below. You guys kind of walk down, and there's like this little valley you have to walk through. It's fairly tight. You guys walk through. It's like a slot canyon almost. As you walk through, the rocks are kind of jagged, and you round the bend. And I want everyone to roll a perception.
$17.
Is that plus
Well.
alertness or not?
Plus awareness, yes.
Alertness.
11 for me.
19.
Okay.
If I don't have alertness, is it minus anything or?
Not right now. I'm not putting a minus on it. Okay. Hazor, you're the only one not surprised by what's about to happen. Everyone else, you're about to be surprised.
I rolled a 17.
Yes, but you needed to roll a 19.
Shame.
You guys hear, "Ah!" And then all of a sudden, a couple, probably half a dozen bandits kind of jump from out the rocks and go, "Ah!" with some sticks.
Dicks?
Just sticks.
Sticks.
All right, guys.
A couple of them have
Not
proper
much to
spears,
master.
but most of them are just sharpened
You
sticks.
said half a dozen?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like we never talked about this, but what is your forms of fighting?
A bit late now. Roll initiative.
Fair enough. 17.
That is a 9.
13
All right.
for Hazor.
2 for.
Do I add anything to that?
Station.
Because I rolled high on the alertness.
Nah. Well, this is just the roll for combat. They're going to get a free attack, except on you, Hazor. So, what did you roll, Hazor? Just so.
A 13.
Okay, well, you're going to go before them. So, you weren't surprised. And as they jumped out, you're ready to swing. How many attacks do you get?
Do I need to... Where is that at?
Should be in your combat section. What's your proficiency?
+4.
+4? Yeah, you get 2 attacks.
Okay.
So...
how many are near me? Like...
well, I mean, you're all pretty close together, so, like...
Okay. So I guess I will go ahead and start chopping.
All right.
The nearest one.
All right, roll.
14.
All right, you hit. Roll for damage.
What is that? 2d6 or?
What does your weapon say?
It's not written down.
You have
Is it
the
just like-
Orcish War Axe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2d6.
Okay. Which ones?
2d6, that's insane.
Okay, 1 and 3.
All right.
Insane is that
Plus, you have a break proficiency, right?
Yeah, plus 4 as well.
All right, so 8 damage. This guy kind of puts his stick up to block you, but your weapon's way too heavy. And just, it comes down, cleaves through it, and hits him, and he dies.
Oh my
Jeez. With only 4 points of damage?
Well, 8, because he has +4 from his strength.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hazor's beefed.
Yeah, I'm pretty much only expecting to swing of my axe. That's it.
The rest of them
Wow.
kind of like step back and go, "Oi, I think we jumped the wrong ones. They got a bear and a monster."
Wow.
So
Yes.
they're going to attack us.
Pay in mind you can talk back without having initiative. So,
I can talk back.
well, I mean, Hazor can because he's not surprised. But
I'll say, yeah, I'll do that to all of you if you don't run now.
Oh.
Completely monotone, just like that.
Arnold
Hazor's a
Schwarzenegger.
sociopath.
yeah, bro, you're all done for. They just go. Look around. They go, "We don't believe you."
You just cut their friend in half. What do you mean?
One
Well,
of
they're
them
not the
tries to
brightest.
stab you, Hazor. What's your armor class?
14 with armor. It's 14.
Okay. What's it without?
11.
Oh, then you just. He kind of tries to stab you and just moves out of the way. And it's the next round, so Hazor, you can attack again.
Oh, okay.
Yeesh.
The next closest one, then I rolled a nat 20. So
So
Okay.
it's a crit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, he does get a critical at +4. So, all right. What? So that would be 24. His armor classes. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to get ×3 damage. on whatever you roll. So
1, 1, 1.
Oh, man. I rolled a 2 and a 1.
okay, so that's 7 times 3. So Kale just
Obliterate.
head is gone.
Dude's head knocks out one of the other guys.
Finish this guy, Caleb. What do you say? You got to say something like.
You gotta say it in character, man.
Okay, yeah, here, let me think of something cool on the spot real quick. Do you believe me now? That's what I say.
And they just kind of go. They kind of put their sticks down and walk
All right,
away,
there
and
we
they're like, we apologize for your inconvenience. And they're like,
Also, give me all your money.
and they go,
Yeah, that's
right,
right.
okay.
Woo! All right.
Are
This
these guys
is-
all human, or are they?
yeah, they're all human, and they're
How
now
much?
scared shitless. So,
All right. Before they walk away on their own accord, I do a big bear roar at them.
and they
I
just
like
start running.
So
I
my
think you just
income is
created, like, a
2.
legend.
Does that mean? Yeah, honestly,
Yeah, I'll boost it
income
to
is
I'll
2.
boost it to a 3
temporarily.
temporarily.
Cool. That's how you make the best of a situation, guys.
All right, you guys kind of walk out. It's early morning. The sun starts rising. The gates to the town open. You guys kind of walk in. The town's built on either side of the river, but the biggest part is this giant bridge that goes over it, called the Toll Bridge District. It's got like these little elevator like crank things that go down to the river, and they can load ships and bring stuff up on it. It's basically their trading hub. The town's very dirty. It smells terrible. Like it's built on a swamp, so you get all that swamp gas. It smells like rotten eggs and just general filth. As you guys walk through the town, Kyo, you're like, you very much miss the clean air.
Yeah, I'm kind of freaking out. I feel kind of claustrophobic.
Yeah, the houses are kind of built on top of each other and leaning over the streets and stuff.
Okay, yeah, that doesn't help.
Yeah. As you guys walk into the gates, the guards let you through without asking anything, which you find a little weird.
Mm.
Saul, what was it that Moorlander told you about the city?
Just to go to Newport upon Hammond, which is where we're at, take the toll bridge or navigate the toll bridge or find a way
Okay.
across. I didn't write down anything past that because I didn't catch up enough. But
Should be
it
enough.
it sounds like it might have been a problem that we have to figure out, unless like maybe
Use your
the
newfound coinage to
that's what I'm saying. Like
buy
if
us
it's
up on those elevators.
sounds like a plan to me. Do you think is there any other information that we might be able to gather from this town, you guys? You think? I don't really have much in.
You just want to go to the bar, huh?
Yeah, kind of.
You
I'll
think
see
they
you
have
guys in
like
a
a wrestling match I could go in? Kill some time, earn some coin?
wrestling match.
Oh, I'm pretty high in wrestling too. You know what we could do? We could
Rig
stage
it.
a match between us and then rig it.
Have
And we
pe-
could bet on.
Oh yeah! Let's do it.
We have the time, you know.
Where's
I
the
feel
city
like-
square? We're going to the city.
There
Where's
is
the-
no
where's the-
city square.
Are there any like low life areas where there'd be a lot of wrestling?
This
bettors?
entire town is a low life area, Hazor.
That's the way-
Let's go find a nice place to set up shop and.
You
start
guys kind of
staging
walk
a match.
towards the Toll Bridge District, and there's this city called the Cracked Inn.
Yes. Wait,
The
there's a
cracked in?
The cracked hen.
Oh.
Oh. I thought you said the crack den.
Yeah, me too.
Tad on the nose.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, that went right over my head.
Oh, I see.
I guess we'll go into the cracked in.
I wonder what the booze is like there.
You guys kind of walk in, and it's just as dilapidated as the rest of the town. You have very auspicious clientele.
Wearing cut-off leather jackets and tattooed faces and stuff.
If you'd like to imagine them as such.
All right.
I like to imagine them to be like 5'5", and the whole city is built around this like average height. So, both Hazor and Seishin have to like duck, and they're like going around the town just like this the whole time. And everyone's strapped. They've all
I like
got.
to think we're in the bar in the first SpongeBob movie where everyone's like super hard.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, pretty much all of these
Bubbles.
people are kind of looking at you. They're all like, some of them are like twisting knives around their finger and stuff.
I walk in with my huge axe.
You're huge what? Barkeep.
Yeah.
I would like your finest ale. The finest, please.
He goes, that'll cost you.
Oh, well. I happen to have penny.
All right. He pours a drink and puts it up, and he's like, coin.
I pay him what the bandits gave me.
You reach, and it's not there.
Well,
Oh my god, this was a mistake coming in here.
I swore I had it. So I reach into my, like where I normally keep my funds.
That is also gone.
I step over and kind of like start shuffling through my pockets, trying to see if I can like cover his tab.
You have a couple of coins, but you notice a large amount of them are missing too, and your pocket that's tied to your belt has been cut open, and there's only a couple left in there.
Okay, well I hand Saul the coins and I'm like, okay, this is a bad idea. Just get this drink and leave.
I take the pitcher, down it in 7 seconds, and then I turn to them. And I say, this is bad news bears. Let's get here.
The clientele just kind of look at you and go. As you kind of walk out, Barkeep just kind of takes whatever coin he can scrummage and walks to the back, somewhat frustrated.
Are you gonna make me spit it back out? Yeah, that's right.
One of the guys kind of looks at you and goes, I don't like you.
I don't like you either.
Got a weird smell about you.
What about it? It's called being clean.
So be a little more careful about what you say around these parts.
He kind of stands up and he goes, what?
Oh man, thought he was gonna kiss me for a second there.
He kind of takes a knife and stabs the table and goes, you better watch what you're saying, little man.
No,
I'm gonna roll for charm really fast.
We're gonna head out. I don't want to deal with you right now.
Okay.
The rest of the clientele stand up and he goes, who said I was done?
I walk up to him, kind of puff my chest, and like slam the end of my axe on the ground. And
You have intimidate, Caleb?
Can I roll for intimidation plus?
Yes, you may.
I got an 11. Average.
He just kind of
Did you
gets
say that?
more. He gets more angry, and he just headbutts you, Caleb.
You say that, but your voice cracks and say,
Hey, I'm gonna roll for charm really fast.
Well, it's a
See
bit
if I can
late for.
diffuse-
It's a bit late for
I
that.
can't diffuse this anymore.
Yeah.
You had to go and ruin it.
you can't do
Caleb, you
violence
kind of
and
get
then
hit, and
charm. gotta be the
You're
other
like-
way around.
You take a point of damage, Caleb.
Oh man.
And the guy goes like, the guy gets very angry and goes, ah! And wails at you.
Why is,
Is this a
everyone
bar
wailing?
fight?
Everyone everywhere is just wailing, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna
So
make him
many males.
extinct.
I'm so confused.
Caleb, do you choose to try and parry his fist?
Absolutely.
Is there anything I can get like a plus for that?
Well, I mean, you can parry
I'm
it.
unarmed +2.
So,
I mean,
so you can parry it with your unarmed, which you'd have +2 at. But you would drop your axe. You could also try and parry with the axe, but that could turn messy.
yeah.
I have a
But you
better
don't really
idea.
have much time
Yeah,
to
too much.
choose, so
I'm just gonna
pick
parry
whichever-
unarmed, drop my axe.
okay, you drop
I'd be able to.
All right, roll.
16 +2, 18.
Okay, you definitely parry him and block. All right, everyone roll initiative.
Shit.
Yeah.
You got a 4.
19.
19 as well. This one's rolling kind of high. I need to find my other one.
Why? Why would you do that, Caleb?
All
Keep
right,
it.
well, the bandits are gonna go first. It's a bar fight, so yeah. All right, Keo, you get struck at first. What's your armor class?
My box for that is blank.
Is that the willpower? Is that the willpower?
Definitely
Oh, is it
not.
willpower?
Definitely
Armor class
not.
is something for me.
Definitely
I have an
not.
armor rating like line underneath.
Yeah,
my
so
stats.
everyone's armor rating base is 12 plus whatever armor or
Mine is
dexterous based things. So
Mine
boost
is
it to
10.
12.
10. Okay.
Okay.
I don't even have a
um,
hit point stat though. I just put -1 for tallying purposes.
I definitely rolled hit points with you. I thought I wrote that down. But I don't have that note sheet with me right now.
I'll just tally them up and we'll see if I'm dead or not.
He's
whenever we
invincible.
figure it out.
He's
Apparently
invincible
he's-
until further notice.
Until he signs a
Um,
contract with the.
All right. So you're gonna get punched, Kyle. You're gonna take a point of damage. He's not too strong. Seishin, someone tries to hit you but misses. Yeah, Hazor, someone strikes at you. I'm gonna give you the option to parry because you're proficient enough in hand-to-hand.
19. Again.
All right, you
Plus
block
2
him.
is 21. Decent.
All right. Okay, Hazor and Seishin, you go next.
I'm gonna throw claws at somebody, whoever's closest.
Claws.
Hold on.
Are you shapeshifting fully, or are you going to just try and shapeshift your hand? Because you haven't tried that before.
Well, it's my unarmed. So I have my points in unarmed. Do I have to be a bear for that to count?
No.
Okay, so no, I'm not gonna transform. then.
Cool. All right, so you're just gonna.
Just a
Throw-
bar fight. I don't need to be a bear here.
All right, are you +4 or better?
I'm +6.
Okay,
Oh,
then
wow.
you get 2 attacks. Roll twice.
D6
Yep. Well, D20.
or
See if you hit,
D20,
and
or-
then D6.
Yeah. I rolled a nat 20, so 26.
Okay,
That's a crit.
that is.
Does that?
So still roll 2, and it multiplies.
Yes, still. Well, no. So the first one will be a crit. The second one is your other fist.
Oh, okay, got you.
Mm,
I rolled a 1 for the first one. Typical.
Well,
And a 6. A 6 for the second one.
okay. So you're gonna miss on that second punch, and kind of throw off balance. You're going to have a -2 on your AC next turn, but your first
Okay.
punch lands really hard on somebody. So roll a D4. Do you have a break proficiency?
I do.
Okay, what is it?
+2.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
All right, that's 4 damage times. That'll be 3, so that'll be 12 damage. You punch this guy, and this guy just gets knocked out and falls over.
Let's go.
Hazor, your turn.
I'm just gonna sock the nearest guy. I rolled an 8 though, so
All right. Hazor, you reach and throw your punch, but it barely misses him. He dodges to the side. And your second action?
I'll punch that guy again
All right.
with a 17.
All right. This time, you land a solid punch to his torso,
2 damage.
plus your break, so that's 6.
6.
So he goes. This guy throws a punch back. He's gonna roll a 16, so he'll hit. He does 3 damage back.
Okay.
All right. Now Blaine.
So since nobody was near me, I'm assuming because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't get attacked.
Well, you're
I'm gonna
near the door, so yeah.
Can I say I still have the pint glass in my hand?
Well, you left it at the bar, so.
Dang
To
it!
try to steal it.
Can I go over to the? I'm by the door. Can I go over back to the bar, pick up the pint glass that I had?
You
and
can
just
move
throw
toward.
it?
You can move towards the bar, but you can't throw it in the same action.
Is there
That
a
doesn't
pint
sound
glass
like
on a
very
table near the door?
Yeah, is there something close to me that I could?
Not
throw?
exactly.
Your best course of action is probably just crouch, hide.
I have armed combat. I'm good with my fists.
do?
All right.
Then
Yeah,
just
I
like it.
just figured like
Why don't you move and punch someone? The bar's too
Yeah.
far away, but you can punch somebody.
fair enough. Who's my closest ally?
Probably Kemper.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to where she's at, and we can kind of like back to back type thing,
Oh, hell yeah.
and just like
All
do
right.
a nice hook with
All
my
right.
unarmed combat ability. I have a +4, so
All right, we'll roll.
is that +4 to accuracy?
Well, it's a +4 to
Yeah.
hit, and then
Yeah.
it tells me what kind of abilities you get. So you get 2 attacks.
Rolled a 4.
Okay, well, you definitely miss on that first attack.
It was.
You just drank a pint.
I
What
downed
can you
all of it at
expect?
once. All right.
All
Thought I was better than this.
right, Kaio.
Okay, how many of them are left?
Well, I mean, there's still like 7 of them.
Okay.
It was a fairly full tavern.
Is there anyone like actively threatening anyone in the other party? Like really close?
I mean, not really, but there's a couple that are looking pretty mean at you and moving towards you.
Okay.
Pay in mind, you don't really have much time to think about this. This is a fast-paced bar fight, so like, you don't really
Okay.
have time to strategize. So just do something.
Alright. I'm gonna shoot a dart.
Okay.
Poison dart.
Oh, this
So you're
is
gonna
getting
try and use the
interesting.
staff.
Someone pulled out the knife.
Yeah, so I like hold up the staff and I like hold up my other hand.
All right.
Or
Roll.
Dude, we were just trying to have some good fist fighting fun. and Now,
Someone's gonna die. Someone's
now
dying
someone's
here.
in danger.
it's a 17.
Okay.
So,
Roll for damage.
okay, so that's a what? +4? 1d4?
Mm-hmm.
4.
All right. You shoot at one of the guys running at you, and you hit him in the stomach, and he goes, and starts curling over.
I didn't kill him, right? He's
I'm
not-
kind of like
Oh my god, is this guy dying?
glance behind me and like, shit, she's metal
Whole
as
bar
hell.
goes silent.
Everybody else kind of just stops and
Yeah, like whoa.
probably a good 10, 15 seconds pass by and they kind of look at you and go, "Witch, what did you do to him?"
Look, is he dead or not?
Well, he's currently curled over on the floor and
We were trying to have some good old
Okay, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, if he hasn't died yet, it's like
Yeah, we're all good.
Maybe we should get out of here quick.
what?
Yeah,
Some
I
of the
think it's
patrons
something
kind of
bad.
slip out of the door really quickly.
Are they saying witch in a like they're trying to like charge me now, or are they like backing away?
Well, no, they're backing away because you just shot like a giant dart that came out of nowhere, just
Okay,
pulled out the
synthesized out of air and hit him. And now
I think
he's
it's time
like,
to go.
now he's like coughing up stuff on the floor.
My God.
I think it's time to go.
I was ready to clock some more dudes. Now we gotta get out of here.
So they're
you
intimidated,
feel
right?
you feel a little drained after that hit and go, a little bit dizzy.
Could I ask something?
And you used a couple Arcana points on that,
Okay, how many?
just 2.
Okay.
It's because it's like your first time using it. You can't really control how hard you hit.
Yeah.
It's like a baby scorpion. They don't know how much venom to use.
Can I petition to get Kyo to have intimidation with advantage, so that we can get our money back that they stole?
You're
I
really
think
going
she's
to
just
try
trying
and
to get out of here.
intimidate
I'm
the
just trying to get
barkeep
out
at
of
a
here.
time like this?
Not the barkeep, the freaking gremlins that have just been.
You don't know who
Pickpocketing us the whole time.
pickpocketed you.
I don't care. I'm just gonna take their money. I want to take their money.
Dude's money who's writhing on the floor right now, dude.
Yeah, take it.
All
We
right.
don't owe them anything.
Just on the way
They
out.
started it.
You just kind of
Alfred-
grab stuff and walk out. After a bit of time, some guards and some makeshift stuff kind of walk by, and you see some of the patrons that were in the tavern as you guys are walking away are talking to them and point at you. And the guards kind of run after you. Well, you guys as general group.
I'm not with her.
Yeah, why would an orc be with an elf? That's so weird.
I
Yeah.
stepped back into the tavern.
You definitely started
Nice
walking
ball.
away, homie.
Yeah, we're all. So we're leaving. We're like outside.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to like dip.
All right. Well, I'm gonna need you guys to roll for stealth if you're trying to dip.
That's -4 for.
Blaine, you're drunk, so
But I have +2 to stealth.
yes, I'm aware, but you're only getting +1 right now.
Ah, okay.
Is there any minus for us with no stealth?
Huh?
It's a.
Is it a -4 with no stealth?
Correct.
All right,
I got
8.
a 13.
8.
11.
We're just clunking about. We're really not.
Okay. Anyone who rolled an 11 or better, they don't notice you.
Nice.
But the rest of you, they go, "Stop there!" and kind of chase after you. Now, you can either try to run away really quickly, or you can try to fight them. I would not suggest that. Or you can talk to them.
Are they like
I would
real
like-
cops or? Because this town doesn't sound like it has much of a government or anything, you know.
I mean,
these
they're
guards
town
might
guards.
be pretty shady. Maybe we could bribe them with what money we have left.
I would like
Any-
to. So, it's Sation and I. We're the only ones that they didn't see, right?
Yes.
They're the ones that wait. They're
Me
they're
and
the ones
you.
you do see.
Yeah.
Or yeah, sorry. They're coming to us.
Correct.
You guys
didn't
are
shoot a
fine.
dart at anybody. So
The
I
other
think
the
we
other
should talk to
two
him.
snuck around in an alley.
They're gone. Okay, so
Let's talk to him, Saul.
Well, yeah. While the guards are running over, I tell Station, can you charm them?
I could certainly try.
All
Can we
right.
do like can we like
Try
work
to do this in
together to charm
character.
them?
So,
like work together and as a
Mhm.
team.
They go, "What's all this commotion about?"
Officer.
Do I have to roll first, or
Well, you just talk and then roll.
okay?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
see-
part of it is your own character, your own person's personal charisma too. So, like, whatever you say is going to convince me more.
Well, you see, my friend here, he and I went into this tavern to get a pint. All of a sudden, this wacky woman, this witch, comes in, starts throwing punches, and the next thing you know, she does some black magic, and this man's on the ground. We're trying to
Craziest
get
I've
away.
ever
We
seen.
don't.
Ever.
We're trying to escape.
They kind of look at you and go, "Word is it you were with that woman?"
Word is, can change a lot in a little time. There was a bar fight. All right, then
Hmm.
it was every man for himself.
That's not too convincing. But I'll make it all go away for the low cost of 50 silver pieces. What are y'all's income levels again? I mean, Blaine, you're at probably like 1 right now.
I have a buying power of 6.
Oh, you can afford it then. Yes.
I'm gonna charm to try to haggle down from 50 though.
They go, Are you trying to bribe a town guard?
The town guard was attempting to be bribed.
They go, that's not what we heard. For 50 for 50 silver pieces, this can all go away. Keep at it. We're gonna have to make it 60.
What do you think, Saul?
I mean, I don't think you can afford me either. I think that's kind of the problem. So, excuse me, guard, sir. My humblest of apologies. I am few of coin, as this town is very deceitful, and my purse has been snatched quite a bit. Is there any way we could set up like a payment plan, maybe like with 3% interest?
They look at you and go, maybe a night in the slapper will change your mind.
Night in the slapper.
All right. I reach into my bag, grab a fish, and I want to smack this guard across the face with my fish.
God. I run away.
This is such chaos. All right.
I'm making a scene so you can get away, Saul.
Thank you.
Okay.
I run away.
Well, in that case, you're gonna get detained, Andrew.
Not if I murder these guys.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
You kind of slap them, and they wrestle you to the ground.
I'm gonna use my grapple skill then, if I'm being wrestled to the ground.
I'm running
Okay.
away. I say, I love you, Seishin.
Thank you for giving the guards his name.
His full name, address.
21.
I love you, Seishin the werebear.
21 grapple. 19.
Okay,
plus 2.
you kind of pin them back and slip away.
Hell yeah!
Wow.
Impressive.
The guards go, get him! Get him! He assaulted an officer!
In that time, I use stealth again so I can get away, right? It's not just... Like,
They weren't really paying attention to you.
I
They were a
mean,
little more
yeah.
paying attention to wrestling the man that slapped them with a fish.
Seishin the goat.
That's why I keep fish in my pocket.
What pocket? You're
All right. After a little,
Wait.
you start to see lots of guards start running at you. Probably about 6.
So
Seishin.
I've ducked behind an alley. Is there anything I can like push into the
Not really.
roadway as
You're kind of in a bad place to do that.
What is in the street that I'm running through?
I mean, boxes, crates, various
Knock 'em all
things.
over.
Is there any easy way out?
Not
Or
really.
am I having to run straight? Okay.
You're having to run straight, homie.
And everyone else is nowhere to be found anymore?
Yeah, no. The rest of them are running down side alleys. I'm gonna cut back to you, Keo and Hazor. You guys found each other, and as you guys kind of catch your breath, this kind of small child kind of walks up to you and hands you, Hazor, a note and runs away.
I guess I'll read it.
It says, "Your friend's gotten himself in a bunch of trouble. If you want to get him out of trouble, meet us at the docks at midnight."
The docks.
Andrew,
your friend, like nothing about.
Station's about to get himself out of
Yeah.
trouble. You hear me right now.
Station,
I don't need anyone's
you
help.
keep running, and eventually you get surrounded by these guards in a small area by a well.
All right, I have one last plan here. I'm going to use my ancestral plea to hopefully get myself out of this.
You understand you have to be in bear form to do that, right?
Oh, no, I don't. It was not on my sheet.
I mean, the ancestral
right.
plea is kind of tied to the hide.
All right, I hold my hands out in defeat.
All right.
I yield to the guards.
All right, well, Saul, you see Sation get arrested.
Thank you. I just mouth it. I'm like,
And I'm like,
Well, you're pointing at it?
The guards kind of look around.
No, I'm not pointing at him. We have a mental connection where that's what he sees me doing in his head.
yeah. I'm pointing at him though. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're the man.
I wink at him.
I blush.
I'll let you get away with that this one time, but next time y'all getting caught.
Can I? Okay, so he's been escorted off. I kind of have this. I have an idea. So
I don't like the sound of this.
I'd like to go back into the tavern and parlay with the folk that were in there, and see if I can't work something out with them regarding.
What, for your money?
Yeah.
What?
They look at you. You walk back into the tavern. It was a ways back. They kind of look at you and go, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Now, no, I'm not saying you took it. All right. I'm just saying the ways that you obtain money around here are a little bit different than in the normal world, and I was kind of wondering if maybe you could give me a crash course, and I'll give you a cut.
Someone took your money.
Yeah. I want to take it back.
That's tough.
Or take someone else's.
See, you've made a mistake. You came to the right place to find people who know how to take your money.
Yes, yeah. I have a lot of
But you didn't come to the right place for people to tell you how to take other people's money. Unless you're on the master's payroll.
Saul's about to get arrested too.
You're not going to steal anything.
The master's payroll?
Not a single thing. The brothers. Just about most of the town's on their payroll. Including the guards that you encountered. And most of the fine patrons of this establishment.
They are.
But no one's going to teach you how to take money, because the only money you might be taking is the brothers' money. Because everyone who steals here is on their payroll. And thus pays back into the system. We're not going to teach you how to steal from our people. You're not our people. That's why we're okay with stealing from you.
I see. So the only... Alright. I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself. I'll just chill in here. I don't have any money on me, really, so it's not anything to be
The
stolen.
barkeep just looks
I'm
at you and just shakes his head and points to the
I'm just
door.
Can I just chat it up with these guys? Come on. It's my favorite thing to do.
Most of them don't want to talk to you.
Oh.
Just like
Okay.
real life.
Exposed.
That way.
He'll never fully recover from that wound.
That was the last session you saw Blaine on.
2 hours and 35 minutes into the campaign, Blaine's already been killed.
My character hasn't, but myself has. All right.
That's a new record. I mean, not as quick as Chase died, but
That was incredible.
That was rough.
What a time. We'll have to tell you that story later, Kemper.
I guess I'll just go out and sit in the garbage.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't
All
know
right.
where my friends are.
All right.
I'm drunk.
Saul just kind of sits sullenly on the side of the street. He wishes he had a harmonica to play his blues away.
Oh, it would be such good blues. He would be weeping.
Keo and Hazor, you guys walk past and you see this poor man just sitting so sullenly,
covered in dirt.
I got Sation arrested. He's gone.
He's gone. We're never gonna see him again.
I just kind of lean down and like pat his shoulder.
So much dirt is on your hand.
I'm just like, oh.
No matter how much you wipe, you can't get it off.
When you get so dirty,
I just kind of like shake it. I'm just like, oh, okay.
When I'm sad, I run around in the trash.
This is what he would have wanted.
Yeah.
How close are we to midnight?
I mean, the sun's starting to get lower in the horizon, but it's not even close to night yet.
I'm starting to sober up. I'm glad I saw you guys. I'm thinking we should pull a heist.
We don't even know where he's being kept.
So I found out from the good people within that tavern that there's two brothers that basically own everyone in this town. They have the cops on their payroll. They have anyone from the low-life peasants, and it's like the mafia, if that exists.
What is that?
What? Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Not enough time to explain that. We're not going to explain the mafia right now.
It's like someone else knows about planet lore.
That's why we have such a deep connection. I haven't come up with an idea yet, but I think the best way, I think we can break Sation out and make a profit doing it. What do you say?
Well, that doesn't answer. We still don't know where he is.
Oh, he's just got taken to prison.
Just get arrested.
We don't know where the prison is.
Oh, everyone knows where that is.
Where
we
is
can just
it?
ask
No, you don't.
You could just ask. No, I mean not me. Obviously, I'm a fresh traveler, but I could probably just go back in that tavern right there.
Why would someone tell you where it's at, bro? The guards are on the payroll.
But it's not like a prison is something that is
well,
a close.
Who said they have a
secret.
prison?
I'm gonna take the note that I got from that kid and show it to old Paul here.
Saul.
Oh, shoot,
Saul.
I wrote down Paul.
It's not. No, that's who you call. You don't call this guy. All right.
All right, I give it to Saul.
Yeah,
and
Saul.
Tell him to read it. I say, read this.
All right.
Tells them to meet someone at the docks at midnight.
who was with you when this note was given to you?
Me.
Okay. I guess I'll pull surveillance, and you guys can do the meetup. If that's all right.
Oh, I see.
At midnight, you said, and it's just now twilight. So, in the meantime, I guess I'll try to figure out. I'll probably just get cleaned up a little bit. There's a river.
You really should do that.
I would not wade into
I
that river.
wouldn't get in the river.
The river's pretty sus.
Sus?
It's like
Yeah.
Brazos.
See,
Okay.
it is clean upstream from here, but it's not downstream.
Maybe more mud? Help.
Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys pass the time before midnight. You guys head down towards the docks. Well, it's not really down toward. It's actually up to the docks because they have cranes that lower you down. But you guys go up towards the docks, and there's a group of people, and you see Sation bound in shackles like this.
Hey.
Am I getting
What?
stoned by all the?
No.
the
Is it like
There's-
stocks or what is it?
Huh? Yeah.
Like the one that throw
okay.
tomatoes at?
Yeah.
Are they doing
Can
that?
we throw
too?
tomatoes at it?
No, they're not throwing tomatoes at it. It's midnight. Who's awake to throw
Can I
tomatoes
throw,
at him?
can I throw a
What
tomato
about
at
late
it?
night entertainment?
No.
Please no.
Where do you get tomatoes?
I was
Where are
running through the
tomatoes here?
trash. I found a couple of rotten ones. They're just horrible. I was keeping them on me. I think that's probably why it smelled so bad.
I thought you were running surveillance there, Saul.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just
you just run
considering it, maybe. Like, I'm on a rooftop, and I'm
Anyway,
just
there's
tossing
this
tomato up.
there's
and
this
like, I don't know
frivolously
what to do.
dressed man that goes, "Your friend here has seemed to have gotten in some trouble because of you," and points to you, Keo. Which
Look, obviously there's not a lot he can do. Just let him go and take me instead.
Oh, no. See, my employer does not care to take prisoners. However, you will do a job for us.
What job?
You see, no matter how many people we have on the payroll, we can't get the Port Authority on our side. And so we can't now ship our contraband goods downriver. It's a very nasty problem. And so if we send some of our people, they will immediately recognize them and arrest them on the spot. But if we send you, they would have no suspicions. We will let your friend go, and we will even compensate you if you are to take the goods from here to our prescribed destination.
Oh,
And
he
if
wants
we
us to be a
refuse?
courier.
I heard the
Correct!
words compensate
A courier!
and fell down the roof that I was on in excitement, ran over, and said,
Okay, well, you're gonna take a point of fall damage there, sir.
That's
Um,
No, okay, but we said the town was like super tiny, right? It was like everything's like together. I didn't
Yeah,
like just
everything's like little.
fall down
yeah,
the
but
roof.
they're
I like
stacked on top of each other, Homeskillet.
I like slid down the roof. Maybe
You,
Okay,
fell
well,
hitting
you
every single roof
sprain
and
your
everything
left
laid down.
ankle.
I'm like boom, 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 boom. Okay. Yeah.
You're gonna have a
and
limp
I-
on your left ankle for a little
I
while.
hobble over, and I'm like, "What kind of compensation are we talking about here, my good sir?"
He goes, "I notice you've been eavesdropping, and so thus I will assume you are familiar with these folk.
Nope, just met him a couple days ago.
That doesn't matter to me. Really, none of you matter to me. I just care that I get paid. And so, you are going to take this crate on that boat, and points down to a boat, with a crew that is supplied by us, and take it to the city down south.
I kind of start hefting my axe between my hands, and I ask, "So are we the protection?"
Obviously.
Okay, yeah.
I can't send my own people. They'll be spotted immediately.
How many people are there that aren't us here? How big is this group of people that are talking to us?
It's midnight, so it's
Well, he has like probably 5 or 6 guards that are armed to the teeth.
Okay.
so they're comfortable with letting Sation out of the stocks. Or
Not yet.
they're not gonna do
He's
that until-
saying once we are getting on our way on the boat, he'll let him go with us, or we have to do this mission, come back, and then get him.
No. He says, no. We will let you take the shirtless, red-headed fellow. And kind of pats him on his head.
I growl at the man.
He goes, ew. As long as you take our supplies.
What kind of contraband is it?
That's not.
That is
None
not
of
for
our
you to
business.
know. Does it
Okay.
matter what you're transporting? You tried to bribe an officer and squeak out of a tavern while trying to get money off of an unconscious and dying man's body, and you're concerned about what kind of contraband you're transporting.
He didn't die though.
Are we transporting these
Did
goods
he,
by
though?
ourselves?
He died. Oh shit.
Oh wait, did the dart kill him?
You understand those are poison darts, right?
What? Oh, she feels really bad about that.
First day of the party.
No, okay, out of character. Though.
No. Caleb,
Out of
yeah,
character.
don't worry.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Could we not? How sturdy are those stocks? Could he knock it out of them? Could he not break out?
I'm
Definitely
sure one
not.
swift swing from Caleb's axe.
You would have to be
Jason has
insanely
some
strong
things to
because
say here.
you have to remember it's an awkward position, and
I
Yeah.
probably end up killing him on accident, like a nat one.
How about this? We wait until we take the deal. As soon as he gets out of the stocks, I throw one of the. This is not on character. I throw one of the potions, and then we leave.
See, but the thing is,
I
he's
have a better
always
idea.
planning against it. You can't say stuff like that when he's here. He's evil. He's always thinking, okay, so you've said that, and now it's in the back of his mind. He's thinking, okay, how can
Station looks to the party and says, "Take the deal. I want to get out of this stupid town."
he goes, pay in
Darn.
mind, if you complete this successfully, my patron would be happy to employ you in the future.
Mm.
It's not reassuring.
He has a lot of money.
Take the deal.
I
I'm uncomfortable.
wasn't the one he was approached about, so I can't talk for the rest of the party, but I am all...
He offers you guys gold to raise each of you 2 levels of income.
Woo, let's do it. So I'm at 4.
No.
He's already on board.
Not until the
Saul
deal's
just
done.
shakes his hand and says, thank you very much.
I'll do it with or without them.
And he goes, well, that's one. What about the rest of you?
I say we do it if only to free our friend, because, well, friend with an asterisk, but
Acquaintance. He's my bare best bro.
Very well,
What am I
then.
gonna do?
Let's shake on it.
I use the muddy hand and I just like slap it really hard.
He grabs like a
Yes.
tissue and
And it doesn't come off.
It never comes
just-
off.
I just give him an orcish nod.
he just kind of makes eye contact with you, and Hazorn goes, "Very well,
All right,
then."
release
Takes a
my
key and
boy.
unlocks you, Sation, and goes, "Sorry about that, old chap. Here's your money.
I growl at him and then walk over to the party.
Pay in mind, when you come back, we'll pay you a little bit extra for completing the job."
Thanks.
So how much did? Okay,
Station
so we
hops
got
on the boat.
2
I
extra
grab his
income up
crate
front.
and walk over.
Correct. He'll raise you an additional level if you come back
Win.
once you
Anytime,
finish the
any-
job.
Didn't we have a
Wait,
letter
so we
from
two buying power up, you said?
That is
Didn't we have a letter from
correct,
Moreland?
but he kind of looks at you and goes, "I certainly hope you weren't trying to get across the toll bridge because currently it's shut down. Rumors of a witch and all and invasions and trouble to the east. The entire port authority decided to shut the thing down. This is the only operational dock in the city at the moment.
Oh my.
Certainly hope you weren't having travel plans."
Of course not.
not
No,
till
just-
now.
Just getting into bar fights and, bribing officers. that's
Having
all
a
we
great
do.
time. That's all we're doing. Living life.
Well then, excellent. It's settled.
Hmm.
I need you to deliver this to the town of Hammerfeld. You're going to have to go down the river and then onto a lake. And then you're going to have to take the next river on the lake east. And then you're going to have to get off at a rudimentary dock. There
The
you
people
might
you're
be
sending-
challenged by some other port authorities. It's a very small town, but gets a lot of attention. They don't really like us smuggling through there. It's a little
Are we
tricky.
the
That's
only
why
ones
you're
on this
there.
boat?
You'll
the
be
only
met
ones
by
on
a
this
fellow with a cart.
No, there's a crew that is supplied by them.
Yeah, there's a crew. He goes, "There will be a man with a cart. His name's Garen. If Garen doesn't meet you, or someone else meets you, it's not us. Don't take the cart. You'll end up in a very bad place. Do I make myself clear? Do
Very
not
clear.
lose the crate. It's going to make Master a lot of money. If you
How
lose
big
the
is
crate, we have friends in lots of places. We will find you, and we will kill you."
Don't want that. Don't want that. I haven't even started my adventure.
It's just like a small crate of contraband, just sort of.
No, it's a fairly large one, actually. I mean, it's probably like 8 feet long and about 4 feet tall, 3 feet wide.
Wow.
It's really heavy, too.
It's a sarcophagus.
Yeah, is it a coffin shape?
No.
That's a huge coffin.
Dude,
8 by 4
we
by
got-
3.
we got orcs and stuff. I mean, we
That's
got
true.
straight tall people.
Could be
It's
a
true.
ogre of
He's
sorts.
Okay.
take
Is
the
there any
deal.
way like we could on the ship? I know you're giving us this is like out of character.
hmm
I know there's going to be guards. Is there a way that like all of us could meet up and discuss kind of in private?
I mean, on the boat, but you don't
On the
really have
boat.
time to walk away, really. They're
Yeah, I
shoving
know.
you on the crane, and it's being lowered in a few
Right.
seconds, so...
But there's guards with us. And I was
Correct.
just wondering, like, those guards wouldn't. Is there a place where even when we're on the boat, those guards wouldn't be able to hear what we're saying?
Well, there aren't other guards on the boat. You are the guards, because, like he said, he can't send his own people.
Yeah, because
Oh.
the
we
crew
are
isn't
going to be the only
necessarily
people on
like.
the boat.
The crew is civilian, like...
Okay.
So we could, talk
Yeah.
smack about the Brotherhood
Yeah.
or whatever. They wouldn't care.
Sick. May I ask our lovely fellow what his name is?
He goes, Samson. My name is Samson.
Samson.
Thank you.
Very well then. I will see you off. And the crane starts lowering.
I spit on his feet before he's out of sight.
Dang.
He goes, ew.
Samson's a real ratty fellow.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he was secretly a rat man.
That would be interesting.
There's got to be some rat men living in this shady town.
Oh, yeah.
You guys get lowered onto the boat. The crate gets pushed on, loaded and secured.
Mhm.
And the boat tugs off. The captain of the boat goes, so you met the old fellow up there.
Quite the character,
Unfortunately.
isn't he?
Flamboyant, ain't he?
Mm,
Little odd.
yeah.
Oh,
I guess that's what being in the capacity of those brothers will do to you.
Oh, I'm not sure he's in the capacity of the brothers. No one's seen them for years.
Oh.
Not even sure if they're real. I think they're a legend.
Interesting.
Legend has it they have some secret lair where the Thieves Guild or wherever hangs out underneath some tavern, but I think it's a bunch of puppy talk.
Yes. What is your name, good sir?
He goes, the name's Dernal. Dernal Smithsphere. I've been on this boat for years now. And it's mighty good to have you, even though I don't know who you are, and I don't really care.
Well, my name's Saul.
Did you miss the part where I didn't care, lad?
I don't care either.
As long as I get paid, and I deliver the cargo without me or my crew suffering, I'll be alright. I'm trying to save money to get out of this terrible place. I heard there's a lot warmer places, and it's not as chilly, and I don't get frost on my feet in the winter.
And it doesn't smell.
Okay.
Do you think it smells, or have you just gotten used to it?
I can't smell anything. Haven't been able to in like 20 years.
That's probably for the best, yeah.
I blame that horrible liquor that Jareth bought. And he points to one of his crew members. He goes, "Hi, I didn't know that it was it was rotten. How is ale rotten, you idiot?"
Get out of here, Jared. God, that guy. Sucks.
And he goes, "I don't even know who you are. How about you get off the ship?"
Hey, why don't you get off this ship?
I work here. You don't work.
Oh.
You're just here on temporary leave.
Man.
Bugger that.
I turn back to the captain. I'm like, this guy sucks.
And he goes,
This guy.
"Well, he is the reason I can't smell.
Yeah.
But he's also the reason that it's still operating. He's been here the longest, so I guess it's okay."
Yeah, well.
To be fair, it's my fault. He's missing both his big toes. So
All right. Well, now
here
you're
we
being
go.
a little too nice. Yeah.
He goes, "Regardless, we should be at our destination in about a week or so."
Week.
Oh,
Well, we got
Unless
to
we
pass
don't
some
go
time. It would take less, but I want to make a pit stop somewhere and get some nicer liquor, not the stuff they sell in this town.
Amen. I like you.
I mean, this guy knows how to get to where we need to go, right?
Oh yeah, dude, he's been riverboating his entire life. Not riverboating as in we think of riverboating, but boat on a river. It's more like a glorified raft, if I'm being honest. But
If it works.
if it works, it works. Anyway, I think that's a good place to stop. It is just about 10:30.
Good,
So
murder those guys.
I'm going to dole out points Because you guys did such a great job, I will give 1 free dice to everybody. Just so everyone's aware, I want you guys to keep track of how many dice I give you from here on out. Just so if new players join, I know how many dice to give them to keep them even with the rest of the party.
Do I need to keep a total dice count?
I mean, I don't need the total dice count because I know how many dice I gave you at the start.
Yeah, I just mean like extra total
Yeah, total plus. Yeah, I just need the plus. So for those of you who use stealth a significant amount of the time, I will give you 1 more dice in stealth. Well, in subterfuge skills. You can split it as you wish. Kyle, I will give you 1 point towards your dart because you used it once and it was your first time using it. Excellent job. Caleb, you did excellently with your axe. I'm going to give you a dice to put in those combat skills.
Hey.
Does anyone feel that they should get more?
I got 1 for anything.
Didn't you use stealth?
No, I don't have stealth.
Right, you don't have stealth. I'll give you an additional free dice to split them on your magic. You use some on your put some points towards your ancestral plea out of that dice, and put some of them to grappling.
Okay.
I used spirit lore a little bit, but I'm thinking more of like charm. I think that's kind of where I kind of want to go.
You didn't really learn too much with spirit lore. It's like an academic thing, so it's not like a...
Yeah, we didn't really learn much from that whole situation.
That's true.
Yeah, so I won't give you points there. You didn't really do that well on charming, though. So I won't give you points for that.
I guess that's up for interpretation, but...
So we all get 1 free dice to dole
Yes,
out, right?
correct.
Okay.
Everyone gets 1 free dice plus whatever I've doled out.
I used my wilderness skills quite a bit.
True.
I also use wilderness quite a bit.
I'll give a wilderness dice to each of you.
Nice.
All right.
Are we only keeping track of the free dice or total, like, granted?
Just total granted.
Gotcha.
That way, when I help with character creation later, I can be like, hey, you guys are joining the campaign. This is how many dice to keep up with the party so you're not, like, way behind. Stuff like that. For those of you watching, thank you for making it to the end of our session. I hope you enjoyed. First session's always a bit slow because we're getting into the groove of things. Next session, we haven't gotten an official date and time yet. It should be about a week from now, I believe, is our goal. It'll either be Friday or Sunday next week, depending on how our work schedules line up. Sorry, it's not more regular. We would have liked to make it more regular, but we have lives. So,
unfortunately,
so things
Which
get
is why we're
tricky.
playing D&D right now.
It is why we're playing D&D at 10:33 at night. But thank you for everybody who's listening. For those of you who are curious, we are not technically playing Dungeons & Dragons. We are playing a beta homebrew system that me, myself, and I have created with the help of some friends who have helped edit it, with the inspiration of it being a game system that my father invented many years ago. We are actually playing through this to beta test it in a way, and eventually come out with a first edition, hopefully by the end of this campaign. And once we have a first edition, I plan on trying to publish it, and you guys can then play it. So thank you everyone for listening. It's been great. Watch us next week.
Absolutely.